Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Hey, how are you amazing people doing? Welcome, good to have you join me tonight on Love Night with Spice. Welcome. It's a delight to have you guys. It's always a joy to have you guys. Always a joy. But thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. While we wait for others to come in, let's come up with this music. You know how we do it, guys. My baby, please don't leave me. Welcome, Ikeme Funa. Thank you so much. You're always the first here. And Cornelius, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. You all are amazing. Let's link up, guys. Let's link up. Go ahead and share out this stream. Let's have more people join in, okay? And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you're gonna be rewatching this live stream, thank you so much for clicking in. Do not click out. Watch and let me know what you think in the comment section. Welcome, Chimwa. Hey, Omale Chawani. Thank you so much. Welcome, Chimwa Dalumide. And the bird pies. The bird pies. Amazing supporter. Amazing couple. It's a delight to have you guys. Thank you so much. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Welcome. Hope you all are doing so well. How is the preparation going? Compliment of the season. Hope you are not stressing yourselves out with all the preparations. Wanna kiss you well in the morning. Shy. Come see Yana. Welcome. Thank you so much. Chinwa, how is preparation going? Rice, na chicken, I got on a Christmas. The bird pies, how are you preparing for the season? For the Christmas celebration with your family? Hope everything is going on so well. Welcome, guys. Yeah, welcome, Chinwa. Thank you, Cornelius Okudelezo, my darling husband. Welcome, thank you, the board fights, Chinwa, Okudili, Kamsiyona, Sandra Onye Kachuku, Wanyoma, Omalicha Wani Chuku Gozila. Gozi, welcome, thank you so much. Sandra Onye Kachuku, it's a delight to have you join me here tonight. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate you. Kindly, guys, give me a thumbs up. Do not forget as you comment, and please do not stay away. Let's discuss this topic tonight on marriage, bringing in a third party in marriage. Are there dangers in it? Is it really necessary? If it is necessary, who do we bring in? When and why should we get third parties involved in our marriages? Welcome, Anita. Oh, my beautiful. Benvinda, amiga. Let's see, Anita. Benvinda to the bomb. Oh, querida, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, thank you, Sandra. You all are welcome. So like I was saying, at what point do we bring in a third party in our marriage? Who do we bring in? And why do we bring them in to our marriage? And then who is a third party to even begin with? Who is a third party? Yeah, okay, meu amiga. Yeah, and I have a Portuguese friend here. So, Anita, where do you reside precisely? Where do you stay? I don't know if it's in Portugal or Brazil or where. Just let me know. If I can speak Portuguese just a little. Só pouco. Só pouco, amiga. Yeah. So, at what point, who is a third party? As we know, a third party is someone who gets involved, or outside the couple, aside the husband and the wife in marriage. You know that marriage is made up of a man and a woman, and then the children begins to come. Blind guy, his wife, their life. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Welcome. Yeah, goodbye to third party straight away. Thank you. Guys, don't forget to give a thumbs up, and if you can share out this stream, kindly help me do so. Let's have more amazing people like you joining on the discussion. Okay, so like I was saying, aside the husband and the wife, a third party is some other person. It could be a family member, it could be our in-laws, it could be our neighbors, friends, colleagues, pastors, or spiritual leaders, anyone outside the couple involved in that union called marriage, in the institution called marriage. Unfortunately, a lot of marriages, a lot of homes have been ruined, a lot of marriages have been destroyed due to the involvement of the wrong third party. Involving the wrong third party into the marriage. And some people say, look, you cannot just get married and then you cut everybody away from the marriage. And this is the essence of the discussion: knowing when, knowing why, and knowing who should be involved in that marriage. Yeah, thank you so much. So if you, as a couple, you have to be very, very careful on who you invite, because bringing in the wrong person can actually ruin a beautiful relationship. Something that two adults would have sorted out amicably, as husband and wife. You go out there and then you get the wrong person involved. It escalates and then becomes the issue. Becomes the foundation for breakup in marriage. Now, going to who one should be, who one should involve in marriage. We know in most cultures, once you get married, they tell you that you are married to the man's family. So once you're married, the brothers, everybody, you're married to the entire family. So anybody can actually be your husband as a woman, and then anybody, other person can be your wife as in-law as well. So, but in this case, when you are getting married, you are getting married to the family, quite all right. But you are also drawing a line, knowing that it is not everything that you take out to those people who call you their wives or their husbands. In as much as you have become a part of that family, it is still not everything that should be taken out. There is a time and season for everything. There is a who and when for everything. Blenda say, yeah, third party tends to bring judgment. Thank you. Thank you. For me, I think a third party in your marriage is a no-no. Two should always try and resolve your issues. Absolutely. Well, absolutely. Now, some people have come up with the argument that if you don't get people involved in your marriage, when things are really bad for you, if you're in an abusive marriage, you are in a toxic marriage, and you're suffering in silence, you might just die in silence if you don't speak out, if you don't talk. Sensike, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Please, guys, don't forget to give me a thumb up. So if you do not speak, that whatever goes wrong, you have yourself to blame, that you don't have to keep quiet and die in silence. Yes, I totally agree with those people. But on the other hand, that is where the who comes in. Who do you involve when you're having issues in your marriage, when you're having crises in your marriage, when you're facing a challenge in your marriage? Who is that person you get involved in that marriage? Everyone shouldn't be involved. Sometimes you look at the person closest to you, the person you think you want to talk to. What gave the person that right to come into your marriage? On what ground? What gives why would you want to bring the person involved? You have to check who that person is. Even if it's your spiritual leader, not every pastor or spiritual leader has that wisdom to get involved in your marriage, because some of them, like I always say here, are dealing with their own marital issues. They have the marital problems and trying to deal with it. Even if it's your mother, your father, your siblings, you need to check their track record. You know the family you came from. If your parents' marriage, you know, is toxic, though your mother is enduring all the abuses, your mother is being treated wrongly, or your father is this Mike Tyson that is always using your mother as a punch bag, you know is the wrong person you go to during cancer when your marriage begins to have issues. Cornelius say, in as much as we marry, not only our wives and husbands, we should know where to draw the boundaries. Thank you so much. I agree with you. Not everything should be shared too. Thank you. I appreciate you for this. You see, you cannot use your parents' marriage as a yardstick. You cannot just say, oh, what is my mother, so I should tell. What kind of a mother, you know deep down within you who gave birth to you, what kind of a mother is she? Is she the kind of mother who say, no, my daughter, sit down. This issue, let's resolve it. Yes, your husband wronged you, but let's take it from this angle. Let's settle it this way. Or is she the type who say, what nonsense? Does she know? Does your husband know who your mother is? Does your husband, who gave him the audacity to say such to you or to even raise a finger? You know, and is it the kind of mother that fans the amber? Is she the type that will pour petrol into already burning flames? Or is she the one that want to douse it? You know your mother too well. You cannot say she's my mother, I need to open up to her. You may open up to her and she will make the issue escalate. You get it? Thank you, guys. Sandra said, third party is not advisable except it's beyond the couple. I think the best third party to get involved should be either parent, a clergy, or an experienced person, that is / counselor. Sorry, guys. Now, Sandra, I agree with you. But like I'm pointing out, you need to check who that clergyman is. Not all clergymen are gifted with a gift of counseling. Not every pastor has the grace to counsel marriage. That is why with all the marriage counseling taking place in churches, marriage are still falling apart. They have their issues as well. They are dealing with their marital problem. Everybody is. No marriage is perfect, including that of the clergyman. And like I was saying, even your parents marriage may not be perfect, but they're just holding on together. They could be in a toxic marriage. Your mother could be enduring abuse, but she's enduring it and she decided to stay. Now, when you are having issues in your marriage, is she the right person you want to run to for counseling? Because mentally or psychologically, she may not be in the right place to give you that advice you need. And like you said, when it comes to counselor, a professional most often time is better when it comes to counseling. For those who can afford professional counseling, it is better because they will not be biased when handling issues. When you go to your husband's family, they may be biased in handling issues because this is their son. When you go to your own family may be biased as well because you are their daughter and they love you. We can't take that away. So it doesn't matter who. What matters is who that person is. Like, what integrity does the person have? Is the person does the person have a track record that shows that yes, they can actually counsel you? Has their marriage been smooth and sweet and successful before you go to them? Sesike say, yeah, it is important. Okay, you believe it's important to know when to involve. Okay, I believe it's important to know when to involve a third party. Not every little issues is what involving a third party. Thank you so much. Pale Evans, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Welcome, Pale. Hey, we have the beautiful, the gorgeous AA, and we have UC Space. Thank you, UC Space. I appreciate you. Now, before I go on, AA, if you don't mind, I had it in mind to specially ask you, is there any special name we can call you here rather than AA? I know you're watching me right now. Let me know in the chat, okay? I want to call you by a name, if you don't mind. I mean, any name. Should I use gorgeous? Should I use woman? Should I use lady? I don't know. But just give me a name, a special name I can call you, please, so that I can refer to you. I can connect with you. You know, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You see Space, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Pale, welcome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Blind Guy says, we have to seek the professionals and get the right ones for the job. Thank you. D, okay. So I think I love that D. Yeah. So now, before you get a third party involved, check the person's track record. Not every married couple have the wisdom and understanding or grace to help couples manage crises. And I can call you D. Okay, yeah, D. I think I like that. Welcome. Now, if you miss it and you think because this person has been married for 10 years and you carry your marital problem to them, they might end up giving you the wrong counsel. No, what works for one may not work for the other. Marriage is not a one size fits all. No two marriages are the same. You cannot apply the same method to different marriages. Every home is different. Every marriage is different. What may be working for me in my marriage may not work for you if you apply it. But the fact that I applied it in my marriage may make it work. If you go ahead and apply it in your marriage, it may not work. So that is why we have to be careful. It is most often better to check, sit back and look. Who is this person? And then when do you get someone involved? It's not at every slightest provocation you call home. Not at every slightest provocation you pick up your phone and then you begin to call your bestie. Not at every slightest provocation you go to your daddy. Daddy, my husband have started again. Daddy, my husband smoked last night. Daddy, my husband came back home drunk. Daddy, my husband peed on the bed. Or my wife, daddy, my wife did this. My wife didn't tidy the sink. My wife didn't prepare my meal. My wife didn't kneel down or lie down to greet me this morning. My wife didn't add my wife didn't give me 2 rounds. Or my wife is stabbing me sexually. It is not everything you take to your pastor. It is not everything you run to your parents because they love you. That they love you doesn't mean you don't have a mind of your own. Before you went into a marriage, you know you're already an adult. You're an adult, ready, prepared. You told yourself, I want to be a wife. I want to be a husband. And then you went into that marriage. So sometimes you have to understand that marriage comes with its own challenges. It's not a bed of roses. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Marriage is not a bed of roses. But in as much as we know it's not a bed of roses, it's still not it shouldn't be a thorn on our flesh. It shouldn't be a thorn. Yeah, okay. It shouldn't be a thorn on our flesh. It's not every little thing, every little misunderstanding, the smallest thing you have with your husband or with your wife that you go running looking for who to complain. Sometimes patience is needed when you're handling certain things. When you're dealing with crisis or conflict in marriage, you need patience. As you're working on it, please give your spouse a little time to change. Give your partner some space to make some adjustments. Do not complain once and then you run off calling third parties into your marriage. It is not at every misunderstanding or argument that you discuss your wife, your husband with your friends. You shouldn't even do that in the first place. There are certain things that should be kept between 2 grown adults who have come together to say they want to be man and wife. That friend of yours that you think she's in the best position all the time, you gossip her with your husband, you gossip him with your wife, you know, you gossip your wife with him, or you gossip your husband with her. Sometimes, let me tell you guys, not everyone who opens their 32 is really happy for you. That they come and smile with you, they laugh with you, or they give you attention doesn't mean they have your interest or the interest of your marriage at heart. We'll have a lot of broken men and women out there who are dealing with their own issues. So that they laugh with you doesn't mean they have the best of the interest at heart. Sometimes it could just be on the surface. If God should open their hearts to you to see how they feel or what they think about you or about your marriage, you're going to weep. Their marriage may be falling apart and they're struggling to hold it together. And then you go running, telling them, complaining about your wife to your best friend. So, some men keep their female best friends. And they say, that my wife, man, that woman. I don't know how all women like this. Are you like this? This lady may be single or married. That she's your best friend doesn't mean she's happy seeing your marriage work out. We have to be careful. The kind of advice they may give to you, they may have the best interest at heart, but it may not be the best solution you need for your problem. Yes, if they apply it, maybe they have been applying it in their own marriage and it's been working out for them. If you apply it in your own marriage, because of the kind of partner you have, it may not work out because we are different beings. We are different. As our faces are different, so also is our way of reasoning and our mindset. So what may work for A may not work for B. That they gave you that advice is working in their marriage. You don't have to go say, John's wife does this all the time. John's wife did this. John's wife is like this. John's wife said this. John's wife is different from your wife. John's wife is different. That John's wife kneels down to greet her husband doesn't mean your wife should be forced to start kneeling down to greet you. And if she doesn't do that, you go and start complaining. After all, other women are doing it. Other women are doing it. So why is your case different? You start complaining, and then the next thing you pick up your phone, you complain to your friend, you even complain to the John in question. And John will say, no, but my wife does this effortlessly. No, my wife cannot tell me this. No, my wife cannot do that. You don't know if John is telling you the truth. John may be the one tidying up the sink every morning. John may be the one picking up the broom to sweep the house. John may be the one doing the school run. John may be the one cooking at home. John may be the one begging the wife for one round. But John will tell you, no way, my wife cannot try that. No. Don't tell me that. How can she? Come on, she needs to stop. You need to put your wife in her place. You need to teach her. You need to let her know that she's a woman. John may be doing the exact opposite. That is the sad thing. John may not come out to tell you that, oh, okay, I'm the one actually doing these things at home. That is why you have to be careful. John may be doing the exact opposite, but what John will tell you because of his ego is the exact opposite. Who do you get involved? When do you get involved? Why do you get them involved? You have to understand that no two marriages are the same. Yes, and we don't know the truth about John's wife anyways, or about John. So many sides, yeah, to every story. Thank you so much. Thank you, blind guy. Honestly, we don't know. There is always two sides of the story. John may be the one doing everything, but John, because of his ego, wouldn't want to come out and tell you, look, James, you need to let your wife know that, she's a woman. She needs to be submissive. She needs to obey you. She needs to listen to you. She needs to put her in a place, man. You don't let her do this to you. My wife can't try this. The same thing goes with women. Hey, Aziza TV show, my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful member and a great supporter. Welcome. Thank you so much, Aziza. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. The same thing goes for women. A woman may come and be telling me, may come and be telling you, my husband did this, my husband, I know, my husband cannot talk to me this way. No, sometimes if I like, I may decide not to cook. My husband doesn't mind. My husband has this special kitchen where he buys all the special delicacies that I stock my freezer with. I don't stress myself. Look at my nails. Guys, is my nails not long? It's very long and flashy, isn't it? I don't cook. No, I can't. Why should I? She may be pounded yam in the middle of the night for her husband, for peace to reign in her marriage. Whereas you went to her for counseling that your husband is always demanding for a foreign role. Your husband is always your husband wants you to turn amala all the time. Your husband wants to eat fufu all the time. How do you manage it? Like, come on, I'm working, I'm so tired. Does your husband request for all those things? Say no. He can't try that. Can't you see my nails? I can't, like, seriously. Do you even do the laundries? Do you do the dishes? God forbid. I can't do such. No, I'm too classic for that. I'm too tush for that. My husband knows now before he married me. He can't try that nonsense with him. Irony, asi, iro, big fat lies. That is why you have to be sure who you are talking to. Yes, so buga for nothing. Yes. I just read about something like this on Facebook today. Someone was advised to divorce the wife for a flimsy excuses and after doing that, found that the person that gave the advice has been taking bullshit. The person has been taking trash. You see? We have to be careful. Instead of dealing with their own issues, dealing with their own issues their own way, they start making comparisons. Thank you so much, Stacy. Yes, so as this I said, buga for nothing. I'm telling you, big buga, big lies. My daughter works at a Ghana restaurant and they always have their pounding. They have a pounding yam. Trust me, she may be enjoying it. I mean, everybody, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. A wife may not, there is a particular wife may not be doing this for her husband, and the husband accepts it, everything goes well. Not every man will take it. Not every man. Some men want their food fresh and hot all the time. If it works for you as a wife and you can, go ahead. Why do you have to get somebody involved to know or to complain or to find out if their own husband does the same thing? If he requests for the same thing, if he's stressing them out that way, do what works for you in your marriage. Do not take every little thing. It's not everything that happens. Your husband demands for. Today, there's a case of a guy who came on social media, of course, to complain that the wife has not been giving him second round. He collects first round, very good first round, but he came on social media to write that the wife is already stressing him out. He's a man with high libido and he always wants his second round, but the wife doesn't give him that. The next thing he wants now is to go for either a side chick, that he has given her ultimatum that if by January she doesn't stop this attitude of serving only one round, that he will get a side chick or go for a second wife. Now, this is one mistake a lot of people make. Social media has become a place. Social media is another big third party we have today. It is very easy for a woman to come on social media and write everything about her marriage. It is very easy for a man to bring his marital problem on social media. Whatever happens to husband and wife sitting down to sort out their issues amicably, whatever happens to husband and wife sitting down to discuss that issue and find a level playing ground. Whatever happens to a grown man sitting the wife down to say, sweetheart, look, okay, even if it's 1 in the morning and then 1 at night, or find a way. You are two grown adults. Find a meeting point. Social media is the big third party we have, and it's ruining homes faster than it has always been before. And then what are people telling him? A lot says, go for side chick. This is the reason we have side chick. This is essence of having a side chick. Others are saying, well, polygamy is not a sin, so if you can, go for a second wife. And if you're a Muslim, it's straight a license for you to get a second wife. Nobody's asking him, guy, how do you treat your wife before the intimacy? Do you find time to play with your wife? Do you find time to please her? Or do you just jump in, finish first round, and then you want the second round? Nobody's asking him, guy, come on, tone down your libido. If it's too high, calm down. After the first round, relax, play with her, make her get wet again, or just make her feel so good that she'll be able to submit the second round to you. You don't take it by force. But he's already on social media seeking for advice and validation to go out and cheat on his wife. Now, it is not a question of the wife starving him. The wife is by no means starving him. The wife is giving, but what he wants is extra. Now, for you to get extra, you need to work extra. Yes, even at a job, you want extra pay, you have to work for that extra pay. You want extra money, you have to work for it. Nothing is free. Nothing is given free of charge. So as a man, the right thing he would have done is to find a way to work extra, to please the wife, to make her happy, so that she will find the strength and the joy from within to submit the second round. But no, he decided to come on social media where he has his kind who will support him, or maybe force yourself on her. Beat her up and collect it. Go for a side chick. One man said, that is why we have concubines. Go for a concubine. You don't need to stress yourself. Really? And have they forgotten about infections and other diseases? sexually transmitted infections. No, they are not thinking. They're only thinking about the satisfaction of a man who has high libido. Yeah, maybe the woman is always doing a lot and gets tired. That is the thing. Nobody's asking him if the wife gets tired, if he's helping the wife with chores. The man has paid for it before. How do you know the man has paid for it? Go, Joe. Nobody's asking the man, are you helping your wife out with chores? Nobody's asking him, how do you approach your wife? Nobody's asking him, is your wife happy? Nobody's asking him, does your wife get tired? What is her mood like? Instead, they're saying, go for side chick. Of course, his gender. His gender. So social media is the very big third party we have that is ruining a lot of marriages. We have to be careful. It's not everything. Every little provocation you have in your marriage or slightest misunderstanding, you go on social media to update people or seek validation or advice, or you go to different groups and type in admin, hide my identity. By the time they finish hiding your identity, you are there reading the comments, and then you are listening, you're reading different kinds of comments from different women, both the happy, the sad, the ugly, the broken homes. I mean, the broken women, or even men, the toxic and the abusive men. You read all their comments, and then you get more confused. When you become confused, you start wondering, okay, which of the advice do I pick? Of course, in a group where you have thousands, don't expect everybody to go the same direction. There are some who will go left, others will go right, and some will remain in the middle with you. They're looking at you. Koro koro. Social media is the big third party we have today. We have to be careful. That your mother nurtured you, carried you in her womb for 9 months, doesn't mean she's in the right place and right position for you to always run to when you have misunderstanding. Yes, she's your mother. She carried you for 9 months. But do you know, especially in a family, for instance, in a family where a man is not that welcomed or loved, the moment you carry their matter to their doorstep, oh my God, it is finished. I told you about that man. I told you about Chukwuemeka. I told you that Chukwuemeka, his head is not. I told you, my daughter, that man is not a good husband material. That guy, I knew it from the very first day you brought him home. And they will mess your mind up. The advice you came for, you didn't get. Did you find peace? No. Instead, you begin to have bad mind towards your husband. What they end up doing is to rubbish every little love that you've ever had for that man or for that woman. Men, you guys have to be very careful. Be careful how you carry your wife to go report to family members. Be careful, because remember that she is from another family. She's not your sister. She's trying to adjust in that home. Not everybody will welcome her with open arms. Not everybody will embrace her immediately. Some will be watching. Some may have biased mind. Some may be doubting her integrity or her character. By the time you now go and you start complaining every little thing, my wife doesn't know how to pamper the jam. My wife doesn't know how to turn inyo, or pan inyo. My wife doesn't know how to turn amala. My wife doesn't know how to cook beans. I'm still teaching her. What have you done? You have ended up, reducing her, her worth before your family. Yeah, it depends on where the person came from. There are certain things put in place to sort these things. Well, we are looking at those certain things. You can let me know in the chat. Vanessa, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We are here and with the kids. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Welcome. Please, guys, as you come in, kindly give me a thumbs up, and I'll be dropping my link. Whoever wants to come up can do so. Please, let's discuss on this third party thing. Yeah, your marriage problem to each other. Thank you. That you go, that you married her, you brought her into the family, doesn't mean everybody. So by the time you go and carry your little family problem, it shows that you are not ready for marriage. You are not matured enough, or you are not grown enough to handle your family. If your father had been running to different people when he was with when he married your mother, his marriage will not be intact like this. There are time and places and who and why people go for third party. It's not for every flimsy thing. You had issues with your husband. You run to your elder brother. Brother. That you had issues today. You run to your father. Daddy. Hey, before you got, didn't your daddy tell you that you are now married? That your husband is not your daddy? Yeah. Forget this telling people your wahala, because most times it makes matters worse. So thank you, Queen. Thank you. Now, some people may say, oh, so when you are having issues, should you just keep quiet and die in silence? No. I said it before. Know who. Is that person sincerely, happy towards your marriage? Does the person have your interest and your happiness and the progress of your marriage at heart? Do they? Do they have the intention of making it work out for you? There are some people, every little thing, even their maids, their housemaid, they complain, they murmur to their housemaid. This your madam said, if not be you went to this house, I wonder how I would have been eating. She would just wake up and go to work. You are murmuring to a maid, murmuring to your driver, murmuring to your gardener. How do you think they will respect your spouse? How would they respect your partner? If you're having issues, why don't you sit down? That is the place of communication in marriage. Today, nobody wants to communicate. Just a few people sit down to communicate and trash their issues. Others prefer to murmur or go to social media. The more reason more and more marriages are packing up like a pack of cards. When it becomes pressing and the issue becomes a difficult one, then sit down as a couple, discuss it. And then if there is no way forward, let's say, for instance, you've been trying to talk your husband out of one habit or the other, you've been trying to sort out this particular issue and he's not listening. Look at your pastors first. Are they the right people to emulate? Are they the right role model? Forget what you see them do on the altar. Forget the speaking in tongue. Marriage is spiritual and physical. Can they handle that issue? Is your daddy daddy G.O.'s wife a feminist? Or is your daddy your mommy G.O. a husband, which is your daddy G.O.? Is it this egoistic man? The way they speak will let you know. When you call your mother, you talk to her, and what she tells you will let you know if there are certain things you should discuss with her. Trash out your issues. When it becomes difficult, please look around. It could be a neighbor who is filled with wisdom, with years of experience, who you should go to. It could be a neighbor. Look at that. Look at their marriage and use it. Look at their marriage and ask yourself, do they have that standard that you're looking for? Do they have that standard that you want in your marriage? And remember, it took them years to get to where they are. Your marriage may still be very young, and you may need time to trash out some of those things. Your marriage may just be 4 or 5 years, and they are already 20, 30 years in marriage. You will need their wisdom on how they maneuvered all those things and overcame their challenges. And when you are doing so, you are not doing so in the place of malice. You are doing so because you want counseling, you want advice, you want guidance on that particular issue you're dealing with. You are not going there to maliciously spoil your husband or your wife. You are going to talk to them because you need their wisdom. You have seen how their marriage has been working out over the years. They have experience, they have wisdom. You see, there are people you can emulate. Then you can go to them. It doesn't matter if they're family or not. And if you can afford a professional counselor, by all means do so. I always advocate for a professional counselor. If you know your own marriage, your own parent marriage is not the right marriage to emulate, please stay away from it. There is nothing like, he's my mother, I have to talk to her. He's my father, I have to talk to him. He's my brother, he's my sister, I have to. Your sister in her husband's house is equally dealing with her challenge. She is trying to find a way to make her marriage work. So do not go and heap more challenges on her. Do not go and stress her out with yours. People don't carry their marital problems on their forehead. They don't. But as I say, the problem is if your partner is not ready to communicate, that's where people will be. Yes, that is why I said when they are not ready to adjust or change or do that which is necessary, then you can now sit down and think, who do I get involved? And who should the person be? One, somebody that your spouse is going to listen to, somebody your spouse respects. Somebody your spouse respect. It is very important. A man or a woman who does not listen or respect anyone is the worst kind of partner you should have. God forgive me. I know someone that go 3 months without talking to each other. Can you imagine that? That is horrible. Some men are not ready to communicate. I know that. Even some women, even my gender, some are not ready to communicate. But you have to look around him, his circle of friends, his family members, or even religious folks. Is there somebody your spouse listens to? Is there someone that your spouse respect, that you know if you mention this person, they'll say, please don't go there. When it becomes necessary, not at every given opportunity, because when you abuse that, the person will get tired of even listening to you. There must be one person your spouse listens to. There must be one person your spouse respects so much that you know when you talk to that person, in times of need, serious need, the person is going to, your spouse will listen. When they say, come over, your spouse will go over and listen. Proud mixed child, thank you so much. Welcome, thank you. Compliment of the season. It's a delight to have you here. Guys, don't forget to give a thumbs up as you come in, okay? I really appreciate you all. It's a delight. Thank you, guys. It means so much to me. Okay, and my link is there. Whoever wants to jump on this, let us discuss. Please feel free and jump on it. We are here to learn. We learn daily. I don't know it all. So I equally learn from this, my stream. Okay. Yeah, for me, if my husband can't talk things out with me, I can't take it to. Yeah, but you will now find a way, isn't it? You will now find a way to talk it over. Look, there is no way two adults will live at home for months and they're not able to try that. That means that marriage has broken down seriously beyond repair. If two people can't communicate, that means they have a serious problem on their hands. A serious challenge if they cannot discuss. That person that will say, come, your spouse will come. Sit down, your spouse will sit down. I have experience. This thing you made here, you didn't do it right. You said this thing you did. No, you didn't get it. You are a man, you are a woman. If it's a man, say no, you are a grown man. This is your marriage. You should be responsible enough to handle this. Why would you allow things go this bad? And the person will talk to your husband without fear, without bias, and your husband will listen and apply it. If it's a woman, the woman will say, what is wrong with you, woman? Have you joined the work wives? Why would you do this to your husband? Why would you say such a thing to your husband? Why would you act this way? I am a woman like you, but I put it to you that you are wrong. Do it this way. Apologize to your husband. Make peace with him. Find a way to settle this. Do it this way, do it, and when you apply it, your marriage picks up again. These are the kind of people we need. Not everyone should be involved. Somebody that will tell you the truth as it is without mincing words. Miss Ann Space, thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you for the thumbs up as well. Someone that will look into your eyes and tell you the truth as it is plainly. Someone that will not be biased in giving you advice or opinion. Someone that will not somebody that will be objective in counseling you too. When they sit you two down, they say things as it should be, without being biased, without being judgmental on one person, without taking a stand. but the interest is to sort out your problem. I went for one counseling one time when I was single. They were talking to young ladies. The way the woman was talking, I looked at her and I said, this woman is the same woman that will counsel married couples. She's a prophetess. The things that were coming out of her mouth shocked me. And I'm like, what? If this woman can be saying this to us single, only God knows the kind of thing she says to married people. This one handle marriage issue, she go crash the marriage. Yeah, because some will tell their wife never to report anyone other than otherwise, that would be the end of the marriage. Look, any man who will tell the wife that means the man knows that he has problem already and is afraid of truth coming out. He's afraid because there are reasons why a woman will need to shout out or speak. When a woman is being abused, for goodness sake, she needs to talk and talk to the right person. When a woman is in a toxic marriage, she needs to speak out, she needs to cry out and cry out to the right person. Sometimes always running to social media or family may not be the solution. It may not be the solution. Because some people may be quick to say, leave, pack your kaya, leave that marriage, without really knowing if it's true, if you are crying foul or not. You need people with wisdom and fear of God to get involved. So any man or woman that will say, don't go, that means there is something they're afraid they're doing. Because every grown man or grown woman knows when to, or should rather know when to get people involved. Yeah, probably say, yeah, desecrating and disrespecting the sacred bond that marriage defines and represent is never okay. Thank you. You are so right. Vanessa say, yeah, many years now, I don't let some things worry me again. Talk more of reporting to my husband. Abio, sometimes, let me tell you, it's not, sometimes you just look and then it's not everything you even talk. There are little things you can just overlook. But if you want to talk on everything, trust me, you go tire. You become a nagging wife or a nagging husband. Yeah. Yeah, so he's afraid of the truth coming out. Absolutely. Private Child said, I feel like this a man or woman with having, okay, this is a man or woman who isn't content with having one partner for the rest of their life should not date anyone, let alone marry someone. Some people who want multiple partners shouldn't commit. They should just stay single. They should stay single because they don't have any business with marriage. They don't have any business. Marriage is for matured people. If you're not matured enough to handle your family issues, please stay single until you're matured enough, until you're grown enough to handle certain things. It's not for baby boys. It's not for baby girls. It is for grown adults. It is not for twerking queens. It is not for slave queens. It is for ready women who are ready and mature, who understand what marriage is all about. Women who can hold their home together. Not women who will carry microphone every time they are busy, announcing their husbands. Every time they are busy shading and bringing him down. Same thing goes for the men. Must you always bring out your wife? Must you always try to ruin her image? Some people do it out of malice. I don't know whether it's to make them feel better. I don't know whether it's to add anything to them. I don't know whether it's I don't know why they do it. As a woman, why would you want to do that? I mean, when you do that, you rubbish your husband. Or as a man, when you do that, you rubbish your wife. What do you intend to gain? At the end of the day, that marriage packs up. They are still in their homes enjoying their marriages. Like my husband chatted here. There are people, somebody's marriage is crashed and they gave a wrong advice when they got involved, when the person got a third party involved. What happened when the marriage crashed? Only for this one to discover that this person is having worse situation than he was in his own marriage, and now he has lost his precious wife due to wrong advice from a wrong person. Getting third party involved. Yes, there are times you must cry out. There are times you must shout. There are times you should get somebody involved. But who do you get involved matters. When matters. Why matters. Is it for you to save and salvage the marriage? Are you doing that to save and protect your marriage? Are you doing that to help your spouse become a better person? Are you doing that to make your marriage work? Or you're doing it out of malice just to shame your spouse? Why? Not everyone should be involved. Third party, both social media third parties, the online in-laws. When a woman cries that you come on social media, my husband did this, my husband did that, my husband, you see online in-laws will come and help you. They will finish your husband, carry 2 by 2, cutlass, broken bottle. By the time they finish butchering your husband will become nothing. You throw him away. What happens? That marriage is gone, isn't it? Do you know how those people are living in their own homes? Juba, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Do you know if they're having peace in their marriage? Do you know if they're enjoying peace and tranquility? Or they're just online looking for whose marriage is to pull down? Be very careful. No, he's my brother. He's my brother. He's my sister. I mean, if I don't talk to them, who else do I talk to? No, it may be your brother. Your brother may not have the wisdom and understanding required to help counsel you, or help counsel your wife, or help you patch that issues you're having in your marriage. May not be in the right place. May not be in the right place. Yes, that's why people condone polygamy, which I don't agree with either. You cannot love 4 partners all at the same time. Tradition is between 1 man and 1 woman. No, proud makes child. The thing is, there are cultures that support polygamy. Okay, it's not just I always say this on my live stream. Monogamy is not for everyone, and polygamy is not for everyone. And we have people of different culture and religion whose religion or tradition permits multiple wives. And there are places where a woman is permitted to have multiple husbands. So we can't say, but what works for you is what you should do. What may work for me may not work for another person. There are people in polygamous marriages who are equally enjoying a peaceful home better than those in monogamous marriage. Trust me, they are out there. Yeah, do you know most people go into marriage but are ready to walk away once they are not feeling the partner. And I don't understand. If you're not feeling your partner, feeling grows. Feeling grows, Vanessa. When you live with someone and you live peacefully and happily, feeling will develop with time if they treat you right or if you treat them right. Feeling is something that grows. That feeling, as it grows, it can equally die down. That is why you see people who are so much in love. Lovey-dovey, love will finish me here. You see them, they are so in love. Just a few months down the line, the whole thing will just disappear. As feeling grows, feeling can equally die down. Yeah, some people will be saying you can't eat the same soup over and over. It's not possible for you to love 4 partners. Well, for those who are doing it, I don't know how it works for them. It may be working for them. Like I said, if we are not in it, we may not understand how it works for them. Those who practice it, they are the ones wearing the shoes, so they know where it pinches, they know if it's working out for them and if it's not working out for them. For those of us in monogamous marriage, we can't say, we can't really say, because God created us all different. Okay, so it may be working for them, and for others it may not. So I don't know, because there are people who are enjoying polygamy so well. They are enjoying it so well. So I cannot say that polygamy doesn't work for everybody. There are people it's actually working out for. Yeah. Because let me ask you a question. Okay, go ahead and ask me. Okay, probably say, I agree with you. I don't agree with polygamy. And again, what I said was just because it happens elsewhere in the world doesn't mean I have to agree with it. Yes, like I said, culture differs. We all have our culture and tradition. What works for people, for one race, may not work for another. Anyways, let me go back to the discussion. Are you saying once the feelings are gone, you can end your marriage? No. Why should you end the marriage because the feeling goes? What I'm saying is this: Feelings can develop. Depends on how you two handle the issue you're having. What made that feeling disappear in the first place? If it's lack of respect, then work towards that. If it's disrespect or lack of submission, anything that may make a feeling cannot just vanish. You can't fall in love with somebody and then you fall out of love. There must be something that has made you fall out of love. So work on that thing. Feeling develops. If it has died down, work on it. Find it. Do everything to bring that feeling back. If you like that person. Feelings goes away, Queen. Feelings go away. People only get occupied with things that draw them apart. Feelings never go away. No, Queen. Feelings go away. The same with, you know, when you meet someone and you're so in love with that person, that butterfly in your tummy, that feeling of, oh my God, I can't sleep, I've not spoken to this person. When you hear their voice or when you see their call, you know, your heart skips. Sometimes if you've been with that person, their attitude or character can make that feeling disappear. Their attitude or character, there must be something that will kill that feeling you have for that person. If that be the case, some of us would have been married to only our first love, and if it didn't work out, we will remain single. Feeling develops with time. Yeah, come up if you can. I really want you to. I really want you to come up if you can. Even if you don't want your camera on, I don't mind, okay? I don't mind. Feeling disappears. That is why people get divorced. That is why people get separated. Because they no longer have that feelings. What is being replaced is anger and bitterness. Feeling of loneliness and depression. That is what is left there. So if that feeling of love and affection is gone, if it's gone, trust me, that marriage will that marriage will almost pack up if they don't do anything to make it work. Yeah, some feelings do die, not entirely, but they are not as strong as they once were between some partners. Then they drift apart and separate and sometimes divorce because it causes other strains. Yes, it does. That's what I'm telling Vanessa. You know, you've been in love before, you know, and then eventually that love just disappears. It just go cold. Due to something happened. Something happened. Either the person's character or attitude put you off, or made that feeling to just go away. That thing you were feeling for that person, the moment you come together, you know, you still, or maybe the person is even taking the relationship for granted. You just feel like, oh, you know, what's there? I don't feel anything anymore. That's just some women will say, I don't feel anything for my husband. I don't feel anything for my wife. You don't feel anything. That is because something happened. That is, you need to find out the root cause of that problem. What happened to that feeling? When did it start going cold? When did you start losing that feeling and affection for your spouse? Find out the root cause. When did it start? At what point did you start developing that cold feeling towards the person? When you find, you check it well. Sometimes we don't sit down to really analyze this. We don't sit down to think about this thing. We just, you know, the feeling is no longer there. No, sit down, trace it back to the roots. The feeling was once there. Could it be your character, your attitude, or could it be that of your spouse or your partner that made the feeling to go away? Okay, proud Miss Child. Okay. Vanessa, please, if you have the time, jump in here, okay? So let us go back to the topic of discussion, bringing in a church party. That's why I say the feeling might be gone because of something, but once looked into, yeah, it can be back. Okay, now I get you. Now I get you. So, you know, some people, this church party, I have seen a woman who said that if she had not involved her family into her marital problem, you know, this is what her husband would have done. This is what see, the truth is that nobody is saying no woman should. But at what point does a woman bring in a church party? At what point? I see what is happening in some of these ministries called churches today. It's not everywhere you see that they have tarpaulin, they have signboard, that they have a man with microphone that you think is a church. I see what is happening there. People bringing out their marital problem before the entire church. This is third party, whether we like it or not. I was discussing this thing last week where they interview women and the pastor make caricature of them, and then the congregation just laugh. My husband is not doing this. My husband is not doing. My husband character change. Why would it not be done in the form of a counseling if the man is filled with wisdom? If the man has wisdom and fear of God, it should be done in form of a counseling. You invite a couple in. And not see, sometimes I say it and I'm saying it again. A pastor that is not married, or a pastoress or mommy G or whatever that is not married, it has no place in counseling married couples or handling marital issues. You can't be a single bobo because you are a pastor, you are running a ministry, and then you think you have the right to always handle marital issues, and you invite married men to bring their marital crisis to you. No, it comes with wisdom. It comes with years of experience. It comes with understanding. It comes with grace. That you are a pastor. Because I'm saying this, I see a lot of this on social media. In fact, they all have YouTube channel. They have Instagram page. They have Facebook page where they're making their money. And the men and women go there in the presence of everyone, and they shame their spouses. Wash their dirty linen. Why people laugh away and have fun? Tomorrow it becomes the talk of the town. Mame Buka said Papa Buka is not doing it. Papa Buka is behaving like this. Papa Buka comes home drunk. Papa Buka urinated in the bed the other day. Papa Buka, doesn't know how to wash the plate. Papa Buka always wants me to kneel down and greet him. Like, everybody now know everything happening in your marriage. Every marriage has its own challenges. That your challenge, must you take it out? Must you bring it before the entire congregation? That challenge you're having, have you sat down to dialogue? Have you knelt down to pray about it? Have you gone down on your knees to ask God for wisdom and understanding on how to handle that issue? Have you gone down on your knees to pray to God to give you wisdom to be able to handle it? Marriage requires wisdom. You may be young in marriage, but the wisdom you've acquired may be bigger than that person who has been in marriage for 10 years. You may be 1 year in marriage, just 1 year, but somebody who has been in marriage for long may be having issues and may, unresolved issues that they can't handle. Yeah, say, okay, that man doesn't know anything about marriage. He was just there to mock people that sheepishly brings marital issues to these wolves in sheep clothing. Thank you. You're right. I see it all the time, and I just shake my head and ask, when will people learn, men and women learn to draw the line, know that it is not everywhere you take your marriage to. A young lady or a young guy may be 1 year in marriage, but God has given the person wisdom on how to handle issues in within his or her marriage. And you think this person that is being the person may be in an abusive or a toxic marriage for years without resolving anything, sweeping everything under the rug, and you carry a marital problem today. All they will do is to help you tear it apart. That managing you are doing in your marriage, they will just help you tear and scatter the whole thing at the end of the day. Third party determine. It is when you have to think who, why, when, before you think of that third party, involving that third party. Is the third party that will help your marriage, or the third party that will bring down your marriage? That colleague of yours that you always think is right to take your marital problem with, may be dealing with something big. That they are married doesn't make their marriage successful. Some are just cheat. Imagine carrying your issues to a man who is a womanizer, a man who keeps multiple side chicks, and you carry your wife to him. You go and report your wife to him. What happens? The person will advise you to go and get a side chick because they want you to be like them. They want your marriage to fail like theirs. They want you to be like them. They want you to join their clique, to join their drinking, their beer parlor gang. Forget that woman, Jerry. Come, let's go. Let's go to this. Let's go and chop issue with at Mama Nkechi's place. Let's go and drink, drink beer. Let's go and chop nkwobi. Forget about her. When she gets tired, she's going to fall asleep. Don't mind her. Women, they're all the same. That is how they behave. They're all witches. Before you realize it, your marriage is gone. Or is it you as a woman? There are a lot of angry birds out there. I call them angry birds. Trust me. Forget clothing and makeup. Some of them are so bitter inside. They don't have your interest at all. They are so bitter. Inside is so dark. They're looking for so many to recruit, to join them, to butcher their husbands. You carry your marriage, your marital problem, you go and drop it on the table. What advice are you expecting from them? What counsel are you expecting from them? What wisdom are you looking for from them? What they will tell you is what will ruin that marriage completely. We have to be very careful. Who do we get involved in our, as a third party in our marriage? Wisdom is applicable. Wisdom is needed. We must apply wisdom in it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Please, as you come in, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Get somebody you can trust. Even if it's a friend. Even if it's a friend. Is that friend trusted? Look among your clique of friends. Is that friend trusted? Can that friend keep a secret? Does that friend have the interest of your marriage at heart? Does that friend love you genuinely? Is that friend happy? Before you carry to that friend, look at your friends. Don't always carry to all your friends. Look at one person you feel, can tell you to your face, you failed it here. Babe, I don't support you for this one. No. Not a friend that will say, it's the same, all these men, they are the same, it rains everywhere. I better forget them, Jerry. And then you not believe that is the same, that all men are the same. All men are this. You now believe. Hey, Vicky's Corner. Thank you so much, Queen. Welcome, Vicky. Welcome. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you. Your Christmas decoration is so beautiful. Vicky, sorry they give us that backside, though. Sorry, you're looking for trouble. Hey, you're looking for trouble. Now your dance, sorry. You are doing so well. Thank you so much, Queen, for joining me. I appreciate you. And we are discussing involving a third party in marriage. Who, why, and when should we involve a third party in our marriage? Just a chit chat. Anybody can join in on the discussion. Like I said, we are all here to learn. But thank you so much for coming. Compliment of the season. And how is the preparation going so far? Well endowed. I beg you, share what your mama gave you, Jerry. So that friend that you want to carry your marital problem to, is that friend happy in her own marriage? Is that friend, is her marriage successful, or is his marriage successful? Because it's two ways, both for the guys and both for the women. Is that marriage a successful one? Even if they're not perfect, even if they're not a perfect couple, but at least you're seeing them trying, they're doing their best to make the marriage work out. Who is that friend? Me, I know they involve third party. You don't like it, because when we settle, that friend will continue to hate your spouse. Thank you so much. Before you go, before you carry it to that friend, is that friend happy? Or is it the friend that will be quick to give this lover everything, all the information you have given, that you have shared? Those that are town criers, when you have minor misunderstanding, they will bring it, they will now create a WhatsApp group where they share everything to other friends. Do you know that Spice's marriage has packed up? Hey, Spice, she told me that her husband has not touched her for the past 6 months, that she has been pretending. that she has been lying to us. But she told me, I have her evidence now. All our chat. Hey, if I screenshot and give to you, your phone will melt. If I send you the voice over, do you know that her husband beats her every day? Do you know that her husband, hey, I should let you know, don't tell anybody. I don't tell anybody. It's just between us. Is that the kind of friend? The town crier friend. The friend who will be quick to come on social media and expose all because you have minor misunderstanding, because you're falling apart. Yeah, so now friend, they go outside, tell people, say your marriage, they get problem. I'm telling you, check before. Sometimes you see some people's marriage are shaky. They're having issues. They're struggling to make it work. Before you know, that friend they confided in would be the one to go outside and they will carry it out. They will carry it. The best way to protect your marriage is to avoid sharing. There are certain things you can sort out with your husband, with your wife. Is avoid sharing it. Especially when you don't, deep down within you, you don't trust, you are not sure. The town crier friends, they want to catch cruise with your wahala. After sharing all those secrets, you guys laugh. After laughing, when that marriage packs up, or when they start having issues, they will be the first one. When you had issues with them, they will be the first to come out and announce to the whole world. They'll not say, hi, do not let them know, say I'm you. You know, I don't want our wahala. But don't just let her know that I'm well. I just feel like I should come out and say this. So, she has told me this thing for the past 2 years. This marriage will not pack up. It would have packed up for the past 2 years. She has just been the one patching it. Thank God it has packed up finally. We can now rest. At least they can stop disturbing me. Who is that friend? I always advise, if you can, sort out your issues. You are grown, you are an adult. The very first day you made up your mind that this Bobo love don't shock me too much. I want to be his wife. I want to spend the rest of my life with him. You are already an adult. You are no longer a child. So as you go into that marriage, develop the habit of communicating. Communication is very important. If you cannot communicate with your spouse, you are in trouble. Yeah, I'm telling you the way some friends behave, and God will help us. If you cannot communicate, your marriage is in crisis. Find a way to always communicate. Trash out that issue. If you don't communicate, that little thing you think is very minor will develop into a mountain. It will just grow overnight and become a very big problem. Communicate with your spouse. Deal with your problems as adults. Sit down like two grown adults and solve your issues. Bottling up is not the best way. Sharing is not the best way. Even if you will share, who do you share? How do you even share the information? Are you sharing it in a malicious way to malign your spouse, to belittle them, to disrespect them, or you're sharing to save your marriage? Are you sharing to get sympathy? Are you sharing to shame your spouse? Or you're sharing to get help? Why are you sharing? Do you need help? Do you need assistance? Okay. Thank you so much, Proud Mix. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your time here, Proud Mix child. God bless you. Thank you so much. Do you share to get wisdom from the person, counseling, or you're sharing to belittle your spouse? You want to shame them? You want to ridicule them? You want to destroy their character and their personality? Is that why you're sharing? Or you're sharing to make it work, to help your spouse out of that challenge? Look, I keep saying this. We all have our challenges in marriage. Nobody is perfect. We have our weakness. I am dealing with something. You are dealing with something. My husband may be dealing with something. Yours may be dealing with another. No marriage is perfect. It is left for you to look at that thing and find a way to help. We are not perfect. My marriage is not perfect. I'm working on it daily. Marriage is a work, it's a daily work. The moment you remove your hand, forget it, it begins to fall apart. Getting it right with Olivia, welcome. Thank you so much, Omalicha. Compliment of the season. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate you, Queen. Please give me a thumbs up as you come in, okay? Please, guys, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, okay? We all are dealing with one baggage or the other. We all have our challenges. I am not perfect as a wife. There is one area or one or two areas my husband is managing me. There may be areas he's trying to manage my weakness. And there are other areas I am managing his weakness. Because he's a human being. Nobody's perfect. If we are perfect, we will not have issues in this life at all, at all. We will not be having crises at all, at all. Are you perfect? No. You are all doing your best. All you need to do is daily work. Put in your effort. Put in your best. Go down on your knees and pray for your spouse. He's not perfect either. And when you've done everything possible, he's not ready to change. Let's say he's a womanizing spouse. A spouse who every night or is looking for different purpose to enter. You have done all you can as a wife. You know that you submit yourself to your husband. You are not starving your husband in any way, but he just can't get satisfied. His bola cannot stay in one place. You have also committed him in God's hand and prayed, yet the man is not ready to change. Then you get a third party involved. Who that third party is, you are the only one that knows. But like I said, let it be someone that your spouse respects and listens to. Someone with wisdom, with a track record. And another thing I forgot to mention here, someone with the same ideology as yours. Is the person's ideology that of making a marriage work? Does a person believe in fighting for a marriage? Does a person believe in, working on a marriage? Or believes in pick your bag, jackpot, pick your bag and disappear? What is the person's ideology? That person you're going to. If, like I do say here, we are of different religion, different culture, have different culture and tradition. Now, as a Muslim woman, for instance, your husband is entitled to multiple wives. If he's just going about testing because he doesn't want to marry, you can speak to your clergy. You can speak to your, to his parents. You can speak to somebody with wisdom that can call him to order. If you want to marry another wife, please go and do so instead of this jumping up and down. Let them talk some senses into him. Because if the person doesn't have the same ideology as you, you're going to damage, they will do more damage to your marriage than good. Is the person, let's say for instance, a woman, if her mindset is mindset of, if a man do back. If the man do back. If he cheat back. The person has just given you 2 by 2 to scatter your marriage. Because there are women like that. They will tell you, the best way, if he's doing, do your own now. Go and look for one bobo that will take care of you. What are you saying? You are at home crying your husband is cheating. He's cheating with his bola. You have your pekus, go and use it. Is that the kind of counsel you need truly as a wife? You complain to your fellow woman that your husband is cheating. Your husband is jumping up and down. And then the next thing they tell you is, you dare hear the doll. If he cheats, you cheat back now. There is nothing there. He cheats. Instead, if he comes to you, tell him no. Don't give him more. Make sure you close your leg. Close your leg completely. Make sure you don't even see your, in fact, wear jeans to bed. And if after you want to do it by force, shout, get him arrested, lock him up. There are many of them, a lot of them here in abroad. Then this abroad. Lock him up. They say, do me, I do you back. God no go vex. I like your Christmas flower. Are you just seeing it? This has been here. Oh, this flower has been here for years. So that's the same one. Maybe it's the light. They say, the man they cheat. See you. My dear, set him up. He's messing with the wrong person. Oh, he doesn't know doesn't know that you are cheap beke. Cheap beke chinwa. Who doesn't know you? So you allow this man to bottle you up. You allow this man to be messing around you. It seems like, babe, you have dull though. You don't dull now. My husband cannot try it. If he tries it, I will lock him up straight. Babe, set him up. She is messing up. He will mess up behind bars. They will poison your mind. Poison it. The same person you are telling, the husband may be monkey, or maybe a dog jumping, pium, 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 and when he gets back home, he will tell her, open. She will open without question. She will open straight up without influencing. She dares not argue it. Otherwise, yeah, collect your water. She will collect water. But this is the same person coming to tell you, now you dey forehand like this. Like I can't believe it. Babe, show him pepper. There's this guy. There's this guy's in town. Babe, let me hook you up. You don't even remember your husband. I mean, what does he even have? You don't remember him at all that he exists. You want him to get you infected. You say, open what? Open the goose. You want him to get you infected? Close your thing, close down, no give him again. If he asks for it, tell him you are not giving. Show him pepper. Show him the stuff you are made of. Is it not you again? Let me introduce you to the happening guys. Fine bobos, fine guys, loaded guys. There are a lot of married women doing it. And even myself, I do it. So what's the big deal? They will lead you astray. The intention is to destroy your marriage. Maybe they have seen how beautiful your marriage is. They have seen how much your marriage is working out. They have seen how the effort you put in to make your marriage work out. They know your husband loves you so much. They know your husband is spoiling you. He doted so much on you. But no, they are envious. They want you to scatter it. Sometimes, even if theirs is not working out, they just want you to join in. Theirs are packed up. So they cannot drink the bitter, they take the bitter pill alone. They must look for people to recruit, new recruits to join them. Same thing goes for men. That man that you think is your friend, his marriage may be falling apart. He may be the boy of the house. He may be the boy, the one that the wife controls with remote control. Press him, pium, 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 controls him with remote. Yet he will tell you, my wife, who the hell is she? She dares not. No, you have to learn to put women in their place. She dares it. I mean, no. You know, I told you, no, women can't. You don't let women do this to you. Bro, come on, let me hook you up. Hook you up with some of these what do they call themselves again? Hook up girls. They'll take care of your needs. Let me hook you up. She's not submitting herself to you. You leave her, let her starve, and they connect. What is their intention? It is to destroy your marriage. They have seen yours working out. They've seen your marriage working out. They've seen how much you love your wife. They've seen how much you put in to make your marriage work. They are too lazy to make theirs work. They are very good at giving the wrong advice. Very, very good giving in the wrong counsel. But too lazy to work theirs out. A lot of them are out there. So many of them. Bitter men and women. But who do you talk to? You need wisdom from God. You need to sit yourself down and ask yourself, this person I want to take my marriage matter to, what is the intention? What advice? Do they have the interest of my marriage at heart? Or are they destroyers? Marriage destroyers, like Olivia said here. Are they marriage destroyers? Wisdom is needed. It's not everything you carry. Mama, 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 mama. If your mama carry her own matter, go give her own matter, waka, she for not get your papa house. Every time, mommy, you need to grow. Marriage makes us grow. We grow in marriage. You grow. It is the experience that you're going to use. Tomorrow, you have your own children. They are grown. They come to you. The wisdom, your own experience in marriage is what you're going to use to guide them. That's why sometimes during marriage, during traditional marriage, they will tell you, you are married, you don't come back here, don't even call us. So, handle, you have to grow up. If you're always running back home, how do you grow up? If they're always carrying you, always calling your husband, every time you report your husband to your parents, they will call him. Every time they're calling your husband to order, every time they're calling your husband, you are disrespecting him before your family. Same thing with the men. Every time you carry your wife to your family, you are disrespecting, you are reducing your wife's value before your family. You are disrespecting her. That is what you're doing without knowing it. The day you settle, you know the sad thing, after all the you have misunderstanding and you carry it, you too, your wife will go and report, you will go and report. When you settle, those people you have told all those dirty secrets about yourselves, how do you resolve it? You have told the person how your husband is a 2-minute man, how your husband doesn't rise, how your husband is weak, how your husband is that, how you are the one feeding him, how you feed your husband. You have told everyone, your friends and family members, how you are struggling as a woman and feeding your husband. Sharon and Chris, welcome. Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate you, Sharon. Please give me a thumbs up, okay? Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Compliment of the season. When you finish disrespecting them, bringing them down, belittling them before your family and your friends, that time you come back. Love you, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This will never happen again. Please, you are the best husband in the whole wide world. You are the best wife in the world. I mean, I don't know what life would have been without you. You start praising yourself. What about the people you have told those dirty things? What happens? Those people you have washed yourselves before. How do you resolve it? She said, I have the same here. Honestly, when you have told them all these things, how do you go back to tell them I have resolved with my spouse? How? Where do you begin from? Tomorrow they see your husband, they'll be laughing behind his back. When your husband comes and he's talking of how awesome my wife is, you know, my wife is amazing, they'll do. You know how they raise nose? You have sold your spouse. You have sold them kobo. You sold them like akara and guguru. And they will say, see, now that man, look at him. He thought we don't know. We know, no be wife they feed them. You've already exposed how much, how you bought, you are the one that bought the t-shirt your husband. You see that t-shirt? I'm even, if I didn't buy that, he would have been going naked. Here, and the one that if I picked him up from the gutter and I brushed him, I washed him, and I made him who he is today. Today he's forming. He's forming. He has the mouth. He has the audacity to command me. He has the guts to raise hand on me. A man I fed, a man my family raised, a man my family, gave that position to. When you settle, you bring him as a king. People will still look at him with the eyes of that servant you made him. You've already washed him. You've already belittled him. You've already disrespected him. You have sold him out. So there is nothing you say that will remove that first impression about your husband to those people you have told. It is vice versa. So that's why before you go out, think, hold yourself back. Hold back and say, do I really have to talk about this? Do I really have to let them know? Do I really? Every marriage has its own challenges. None is perfect. So you have to ask yourself, do I really? What happens if I settle with my wife? What happens if I settle with my husband? Those people I have told, how would they look at? Would they still respect? That is why I'm asking, what is your intention of sharing? Is it to help? Do you believe they can help you? Do you believe they can counsel you, give you the right advice and counsel? Are you going to go back to your family and say, forget about that thing I told you about my wife the other day? Women, forget about it. I've done. You cannot tell them what to think and what not to think. You cannot tell them what to think about your spouse and what not to think. No, it is not in your place. You have told them, it has registered. Anytime they see your wife or they see your husband, that thing you told them is what comes to the mind. It is what rings a bell. That thing you told them is what, even if you like, carry your husband like a king. Call me, call me. My good husband. Oh, my Odogu, my king, my lord. Carry your husband like this. If you like, carry him like all those things. My dear, those people you have washed your husband before, they will always look at him like this. This is how they will hold him. They will hold him like this. Just like he's nothing. No matter how much you try to paint his image, you have ruined it, you have destroyed it. It's character assassination, you have finished the person. So if you like, carry. My most beautiful queen, my gorgeous queen. Oh, Omalicha Wani, my one and only queen, the only woman in my life, the mother of my children, my ride or die woman. The most amazing woman, the most intelligent, the most this, the most that. This because you have gone to your family and your friends where you had that minor misunderstanding that you cannot hold back. You think after saying all these things that they will come back to start respecting her. This is how they will hold her, like rats. That woman, Ajonwani, bad wife, Ajonwani, very, very wicked woman. Be careful. People are bad. Not everyone that is opening this 32 is happy. Not everyone has the interest of your marriage at heart. So those women say, pack your load and go. No, don't take trash. No, don't take it from him. He dare not. Don't take that nonsense from him. Don't let him do that. They are doing all that. Like I said initially. Now then go pump on the deer for 12 midnight and make correct egusi soup for their husband. After the man finish eating and belching, they will start massaging his feet. Good wise material. In fact, very white material, 1,000 yards, 1 million yards. They will pump for the jam. The man says he wants for the jam midnight. See those wives that will say, don't take it. They will pump on the jam. Prepare correct egusi soup. Correct soup. The type Sharon and Chris. Sharon, they prepare for the husband. Go prepare and serve the man very hot. The man will finish eating. She will give him cold water. He will wash it down. You ask my husband, what else do you want? Say, just massage my feet. The woman will sit down, massage his feet, massage his shoulder. After massaging, my husband, what more? Lie down here, I want to collect one round. The woman will submit. Yet, she'll wake up in the morning because you have come to belittle your own husband. She'll come and tell you, my husband dare not now. I gave him indomie last night too. He raw lie na pounded jam the man chop. I made him indomie. He should eat pizza. If he's hungry, we'll eat pizza. If he's hungry, mama put his there. He can go sort himself out. I don't have strength. Nobody should stress me. I didn't come to this world to suffer. I want to live a baby girl stress-free life. Baby girl for where she just check her hand. She just pounded jam for her husband. Her marriage is working. She's doing it to make her marriage because her husband wants to pound a jam. She will do it for the husband. They will come and tell you, if he's hungry, let him sort himself out. Let's be careful. Be careful. It may be working for another person. Don't apply it in your own. You're going to apply it. You are putting chuku under your marriage. It will choke and bust your marriage. That is why I advise people, do what works for you. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes your spouse happy. I mean, if your spouse is happy, you will be happy. If your spouse is not happy, you won't be happy. That brings me to this season now. Women, Please, I made a video. I'm going to upload it. Do not let stress get to you this season. We're already at that season where women get stressed easily due to plenty work, a lot of activity, shopping, cooking, buying this, buying that, good, financial pressure. Everything is going to be on the woman. Please do not let yourself. Do not let yourself, any minor misunderstanding, try and work it out. You know why? You are that electric light. You are the light of that home. As a woman, you are the light. F for, hello, are you a content creator? Is there a link? No, there is. Can you drop what you want in the comments? Okay. Can you drop what drop it in the chat, okay? What you want to contribute, drop it in the chat, okay? This season, as a woman, you are the light of your house. Look around you. Your smile is what brightens the house. Your laughter is what brightens the house. If you are not smiling, you are not happy, your marriage is bound to fall apart. I would like to come up and speak to you, my friend. No, just drop whatever you want to drop in the chat, okay? Drop it in the chat, okay? Let me know. This is my other account. Who are you? Let me know what is your other account. What is your name? Introduce yourself properly, okay? Let me know who you are. Let me know who you are, okay? Introduce yourself properly. Let's know who you are. Then we can now go and you know, we can think about you coming up and joining in on discussion. I am at the hospital. Who are you? What is your name? What is your name? Let me know your name. I want to know. If I know your name, and I will let you come up, okay? Let me know your name. So women, I am worried about scammers. So let me know your name, okay? And let me be sure who you are, please. Okay, thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. So I should go on. Make sure you are the light of your home. Do not let stress dim your light. Because if you are happy, your husband, your children will be happy. It is very easy for us to light up the house. It is very easy for us to put spark in that home. But the moment you're dull, can you just say your name? Say the first letter of your name. I think this may be somebody I know, but can you give me the first letter of your name? I know the person I spoke with today. Give me the first letter of your name or the 2 letters of your name. Then I will know that I'm speaking to my friend. Let me know the 2 letters, please. Okay, but let me know. I want to be sure because of some scammers. I want to be sure it's you. Just drop the first letter of your name, okay? Drop the first letter of your name. No, the first letter is what I want to know. But that's not be small. The first letter of your name is what I want to know. The first letter of your YouTube name, the one I know, the first letter is what I want to know. Anyways, let us go back to this discussion, okay? So do not, please, allow anything stress get to you. Do not let stress get to you. Light up your home. Be happy. Forgive if you're having issues. Forgive. Forgive your husband. Forgive your wife. Be very okay. Okay, Queen. I know. Sorry, I now know who is speaking. The link is there. No, I know this person. This name the person dropped now. Yeah. Okay, the link is there. The link is there, sweet. The link is there. Come up and I will accept you in. Okay? Come up, I will accept you. I know the name the person uses, the name I know. That's why I said the first letter, but the person who wrote the name. And is the person I spoke with this morning. Yes. Yeah. Or if you want, after my stream, sweet, after my stream, I will chat you up. I will give you a call. I'll be running up shortly. After my stream, I'm going to do a video call and call you, okay? Let me see how he's doing, okay? I'll give you a call after my stream. Don't worry about it. I'll give you a call after my stream. Mommy Fechi, Mommy, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Oh, dear. Yeah. Oh, my darling, my cute boy, my cute boy, my cute boy, my cute boy. How is he doing?
Very, very good. His tubes have come out and he started eating solids.
Oh, he's a fighter. He's such a strong boy. He's a fighter.
I figured I'll just
Oh,
come
sweet.
updates. He's doing really good.
He's doing great. He's doing
Yeah.
good. You know what? I'm going to give you a call so we talk better, okay?
Yes, yes.
Congratulations. You are strong and I'm praying with you. I'm so happy. It's a huge success.
Thank you.
Hmm?
And you know,
I am so happy. Yes, I'm so happy. I'm so
I just
happy. God
all
is
mothers,
great.
all mothers and single parents never give up. I was as a mother and as everything that I've been through, this is the hardest battle I could go through. Nothing's worth your children. Nothing is more worth than your children. You know?
I
Yeah.
know.
So
I
just
know.
I was listening to you talk, relationship and relationship, it's a never ending story and it's just like, oh my God. you
Yeah,
know,
I know. But you know one thing I admire about you is your strength. Despite all you have been through, you still remain positive. You're not negative. You're not
no,
negative despite the challenges. And here you are trying your best with the children. It's not a crime to be a single mother.
no,
I mean,
no.
if it's not working, it's not working out. Like I always advise people, if it becomes toxic, walk away.
Just
Walk
say no.
away if it becomes toxic. I don't advocate for staying any woman staying in an abusive marriage or in a marriage that is already falling apart and is so toxic. Every man and woman deserve respect. And if you cannot get that respect from your spouse, then they don't deserve you.
But not
They
only
don't.
that, mind you, here's the thing.
Mm.
If your child sees you're in it for the wrong, but you're getting disrespected, the child is going to disrespect you too.
Thank you. Mommy Ifechi, thank you. Welcome. She made a video of this today. Maybe if you can, check out Ifechi family. She made a video on this particular thing. When children watch and see these things, it affects them psychologically. It
Also,
affects the children. And you don't want your children to be toxic. You don't want them to be bitter over
but but
your
I
dispute with your partner.
But I think the children become that way is when you lie to yourself, you're lying to your children. A child does not want a
Mm,
parent to lie to them, even if you are separated. But your children have the right to know everything that's going on, every right,
mm,
every wrong. Because if you're going to lie, when they get a certain age and they get older, they're going to end up living upon lies and lies. And then that's where they start to discover truth and then they come and hate you for it?
mm. And it affects them also. It affects their esteem. It affects
Right.
their esteem. So, whatever issues a man or a woman is having, it is better to not to get the children involved in the bitter battle. It is always better to sort it out amicably, peacefully, go separate ways, and love the children separately the way you can. It's a beautiful city out there. This
It's
is
different.
Canada, right? What
This,
city
yeah,
is this?
this is in Edmonton.
Edmonton.
It's about 3.5 hours far from my city, but
Oh.
this is where we are.
Oh dear. I am so happy to know that it was a success and I prayed about it and I committed it to God. I know this little champion is a fighter and I'm so excited to know that everything went successful.
I have to tell you, he is a fighter. Like in 10 minutes, he'll have been 24 hours. Started his surgery, and he's already took the tubes out. He's already eating solids. He's already sitting by himself. And this is
Oh, I saw
open
the
heart.
picture you sent to me this morning. Oh
Yeah,
God.
he's a fighter.
Yeah.
He's a fighter, just like his mother. I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, he's a fighter like his mother. Always
Yes.
positive, always happy,
The only
despite the challenge.
The only
Seem very
downside,
happy.
I should have made a cardboard clone of myself because he's so attached to me. He won't accept nothing from anyone but
Yeah, that's so true. And
I
how are
have
the other
one.
kids? Have somebody watching over them?
Yes, they're with my sisters. Yes, I talk to them every day.
Oh.
Yeah, I talk to them every.
He's already talking.
He's waking up, but it was nice updating you and giving you a live view on him, and you know.
Thank you. You are amazing, even from the hospital. Thank you so much. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you a call, okay? After my
You
stream.
keep in touch, and I'll
I
keep you up.
love you. Sending you warm hug and love.
Thank you. Appreciate
I
everyone.
love you, sis. I love you.
Love you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's my friend, because of these hackers, I wanted to be sure, not just hackers, these people that will come and want to show cucumber on live stream. So because of them, I wanted to be sure, and she really proved that, yeah, she's the one. That's why I let her up. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you. Going forward, third party, let's be careful while I round up, okay, on this. I really appreciate you. Mommy Fetch, I don't know if you're busy, if you can come up briefly to give one or two advice on this and when third party should be involved. Yeah, yes, Vanessa, I thought so too. But when she said update, my mind went to her quickly. My mind went to her, but I wanted to be very sure. That's why I said she should drop her name. Okay, let me drop my link. Hey, being a carer with case, my beautiful, my gorgeous friend. Welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome. We are discussing involving a third party in marriage. When do we involve? Who do we involve? And why do we get them involved in our marriage? And I've been here for almost 2 hours. I really appreciate your patience here, guys, and your love. Welcome, mommy.
Hello. Sorry, my dear. I've been so busy. In fact, I'm still doing something with hubby, but I said to him, can I just come for, even if it's 10 minutes, just to say something? And he said, "No, of course." And he looked at
Thank
my
you.
phone. He looked at my phone and he saw you. He said, "Oh, yeah, you're spicy lady." I said, "Yeah." So I said, let me just go and say
Thank you,
something
Daddy.
briefly.
Thank you, Daddy, for that. Daddy got my back today. Yeah.
Yes. As I said, I couldn't join earlier because I've been so busy. But when I saw the topic, I thought, okay, let me just come and chip in something because when people talk about third party, it's not something I've done. I know that some third parties sometimes can be very close relative. It doesn't have to be a friend. Sometimes their own thought, some people's third party will be their mother, their sister, brother, or whatever. But any kind
Yeah.
of third party is not accepted, it's not allowed in any marriage. It breaks things because no matter how close you are with your siblings or no matter how close you are with your in-laws or whatever, when push comes to shove, they're going to side their own brother or sister. Everybody sides their own. So there's no point in taking your issues out there. Now I'm talking from experience. I've never done it for all this number of years that we've been married. We've never, not even know that's my big sister that came because I lost my mom early. That my big sister that came, she will never tell you that she have ever opened my mouth to say, "Oh, my husband this or my husband that." Not that we didn't have any issues in the beginning, because now we don't have. I'll say that now I can put hand on my chest and say we don't have any issues. And when I mean any, I mean any. Not because there's not because issues are not coming up, but because we have found a way of dealing with them. We now understand each other so much that we know. In fact, there's something I will say before he replies. I'll give his reply to that what I said. That's how much we've known each other. So because of that, when I say we don't have issue, what I mean is that we now understood each other so much. So those things that causes issues before, we already know, and we don't. It's no more a big deal. Something that we would have said years ago, and we'll be like, "What do you mean?" Now you might say it, and the person will laugh because they know you so well, and that you don't mean it in a bad way. So that's what I will encourage any couple to have, that kind of relationship. That third party you are going to, who is he or she? For example, because people trust us so much, because I have a very confidential job, so I'm very high on confidentiality. That's why people can come to me and talk, even on this YouTube street. I know how many people
Yeah.
have confided in me. They will not hear it anywhere else unless they say it to other person, the other person. That's how
That is
confidential
that
I am.
trust.
Yes,
Who the
that is
person
it.
is matters a lot. The person may
Matters
not be
a lot.
related,
Yes.
but you know the person has a track record
Yeah.
of being wise. The person has been have had successful marriage,
Yeah.
and you can see it is not them say
No.
no. You can see it in their life that yes, this
Yeah.
person, you can actually confide in this person, and you can actually emulate this person in a good way.
Yeah, that's the thing. So both of us, people who have known us for years, know that they can come to us. In fact, at a point, our youngest son kept saying, "Mom and Dad, you people should be professional counselors and be getting money for these jobs you do." I said, then I said to him that money is not everything. That our happiness and our goal is for families to be at peace together, live in peace. I'm telling you now, couple who are always quarreling, who are not in peace, who are involving other people, they are never at peace. And you see them all haggard and worried and unhappy. They may pretend. Some of them will come to functions and they'll pretend that everything is okay. All it needs is just very small thing to happen. And you see how they will just talk to each other in public because they can't hold themselves. They've tried to pretend a lot. So you can only pretend for so long. So what I'm trying to say is third party shouldn't be allowed. However, in cases where there's a big issue and maybe there's one person's life is in a bit of danger because of outburst of anger and maybe being physical, then you can confide in somebody that you trust very well, that when they give you advice, that it stays there, and that the only person that will hear it, anybody that tells us anything, myself and Hobby here, the only third person that will hear it is God. Because when we have our private prayers, we bring those matters. I have my notebook here where I put people's names. Some of you people on this YouTube don't know that you are in my notebook. Some of you people don't know, especially TTC moms. Most of them, once I hear anybody on YouTube mention, the person goes on my list. Ozzy Tochi's name is out now. Lily Pope is out now. I have all these people. Unless I don't know you or I haven't heard about, I just do that. So any other person that will hear anything anybody tells me is God. That's the only person. And that's how it should be. We need to build that kind of trust. And it's not tomorrow when the people settles and you see them, you be doing your nose like this. Look at those ones. After all, I know they are ins and outs. Look at them pretending now. No. It's not for us to be like that. That's why, but most people, unfortunately, some people are like that. They use your case against you. They use your case they do emotional blackmail. They want to say something that, that thing you told me, if you don't do this, I'll tell it to your wife, and things like that. That is not good.
Some people are being blackmailed with the secret
yes,
shared with them.
Yes. Some people, some third parties are actually destroying marriages because they will go and say what is not even happening in their own homes, and they will tell you that it's happening. And you go there and be fighting with your husband when that thing is not even happening. They're not even doing it, but they're just telling you just for you to think that they are okay, but they are not. So what I say to anybody is, first of all, I've always said it in my videos as well, marriage is not mandatory. It's not mandatory. You can choose not to get married and you'll be happy. I saw there was a 68-year-old woman. I just saw the video recently, 68 years old woman, and she's getting married for the first time in her life ever. 68.
Wow.
68.
God
yes,
is
so
great.
she just wants that companion as she's getting older, so she's getting married now. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, some of us got married at younger age. Thank God it worked out. We are fine. We are growing old together. But some people, it does not work for them. And you don't rush into it because your mates are getting married. And I've always been telling parents, we can do better. Those of us with adult children, we can do better. We don't have to push our children into marrying who we think they should marry. We should pray for them and
Mhm.
leave them to get on with it. We can just advise them and then support them with prayers. Stop all this. You can introduce, or if you want to introduce and your son or daughter is happy with you
Yeah.
to introduce somebody to them, that's fine. And if they say, Mom, Dad, I don't need any introduction, I'm able to find somebody myself, fine. Just leave
And
them.
sometimes it works out. It works out. Like
Yes,
I was introduced and it worked out for me, and I'm so
of
happy in it.
course,
But
of course.
if they do the introduction and it doesn't, and the person is not comfortable, then say, no, no, no. Then you let the
Yeah,
person be,
yeah,
to make their
just
choice.
exactly, just ourselves, myself and hubby. 30 years on, 38, 39 years on, we're still very happy. And we're introduced. We didn't know each other. We didn't know each other. Yeah. So that is it. So it's worked
You see
out
why
for
you
us.
are my mommy. You see, I followed your footsteps.
Yes, honestly. And then our first son, who is the only one that is currently married and expecting a child now, that marriage, if in this day and age, it was introduction, because he said, Mom, Dad, you know what? I don't want to marry anybody from here. I want to this, and it is what if you can help him to introduce, and that's what we did.
Oh,
And when we just left
no.
them to start, we just left them to start talking, because he is very traditional. His brothers are not like that.
Oh.
I will not be surprised
Hey.
if I see any other kind of culture, even Oyibo, with the other ones. I'm preparing.
Ya
Yes, I'm
bụkwara
preparing
onye ugwu.
myself.
Onye
Ehen.
akọtakwara onye ugwu.
Can't get one you. Mhm.
Ịma ha ndị
Onye
ugwu.
eh ndị
Ndị
ọcha
ugwu
ka
nụ.
ndị ojii.
Mba
Eh?
bụghị ndị ọcha, ndị ugwu.
Yeah, gịnị? I don't know.
Hey, mami ma ndị ugwu.
Mbanụ. Unu afụgo. Tell me now. Somebody
Don't
help
worry,
me out there.
I'll tell you via WhatsApp. I'll tell you via WhatsApp.
Okay. But anyway, let me just say, if Udubunwa or whatever is bad thing, they will not get into it. The highest they will go is because they were all born here. So the highest they will go is marry somebody from here, and I'm preparing myself
Yeah.
before they are like worried when they start forming that kind of relationship. They're worried about telling me because they know outright what I am like. But I've told them I've relaxed now. That human being
Yeah.
is human being, wants your happiness. What I want is your happiness. But our first son
Yeah.
is so different. He's very traditional. He wants all the culture, bride price, and although he did all that, he wants that. But his
No,
brothers are
hey,
not. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
you raised, in fact, oh my God. Udi ha
Oh,
na-atọ m ụtọ. This kind of thing gives me joy. It gives me
you
joy.
know, when we go to Nigeria with him, he was swallowing this thing one day, and other children who are born in Nigeria, they were all eating bread with tea. And he said to them, "What are you people doing?" And they're all looking at him. He was a bit younger then. We're all looking at him.
Yeah,
He just
yeah,
and
put the apple like this. The apple and
I
bitter
asked
leaf
him,
soup. Or
yes, his best soup is
the
or
wife
or
will
her soup.
enjoy it so much. You
His
understand?
best
The
soup is
wife will.
or her soup. So I said to him, "Do you know what you're swallowing?" He said, "I don't know. It's swallow. It's called swallow."
He swallow.
You
He
know.
swallow it.
But his brothers will not even go near. They won't even want to try. So,
They will say
so
it's smelling.
they're all different. So just like I have four of them, all four of them are so different and unique in their own ways. And I cannot compare one with the other. So that's what we have to do as parents, is just to give them that guideline, show them the way, and pray for them. Do you know what prayer has done for me in this house? This person I'm talking about you now, I think it's about him now. I've told you before, there was a time in this UK that I just want the bin man to come. Let me put him there and let them go, and I'll forget about that. That was how bad. That was how bad it was annoying us and me and Dad then.
But
Look
see
at
how
him.
he turned
Look at
out
him now.
today.
Look at him now. He's the one paying for cleaner to come and clean our house. He's the one doing this. He's the one saying, "Do you want that?" And all the rest of it. So patience and prayer. Will they try you? Will they try you? They will. That's why they're human beings, especially in their teenage years. I'm coming up with a teenagers video very soon,
Series.
because
Yeah.
I remember bringing two teenagers up. At a point, I had 3 teenage sons. You know what that means? Their hormone.
Yeah.
You think that women have hormone. The men, when their own starts, it's just
Teenagers.
teenage hormones, teenage boys hormones. We dealt with all that. Yeah. So all I'm trying to say is, third party, please, if we can, should not be allowed in our marriage.
Yeah.
Sometimes they cause more problem than the problem you have already. If it's something you can solve.
I was mentioning it here that now it's not because you see a couple or you feel this person is married, this person has been married for 5 years, so you can easily tell them marriage problem. No, it's sometimes it's not by age, it is by
No, it's not
wisdom.
by age.
It is
It's
by
not by age at
wisdom.
all. It's not by age at all. I tell you now, even my most senior sister, the one you saw me do the video with her, I was calling sister. Most of the time, my sister will call me for some advice. She's 7 years older. So it's not by age. It's not by age at all, but by number of years of marriage. No, Some people can be actually in their 30s and have more wisdom than somebody my age who is in my 60s. Yeah, have more wisdom. So it's not by age at all. Yeah, so people will not say, oh, because, for example, oh, because Mifechi is married, has been married for 38, 39 years. Let me go to her. Test every spirit. Test me from our side. Just watch me from the corner with
From
your one eye. With one eye. Watch. Because people cannot hide for too long. Even if the person hides, somebody who have got in touch with them before will tell you, please, those ones, don't marry, don't mind them or don't go near them. Everything will be in the open tomorrow. People will always say something. Yeah, but when
they will
somebody
always,
says,
just like some pastors, they share. So a wife will go and confide in that this is, and then he will come to church there and expose the whole thing, and then they will know who the person is all about. Like what I was saying before, that some of these clergymen to have their own marital problem, that they are clergymen doesn't mean they know it all. People are gifted in different ways. They may not be gifted with the gift of counseling couples. So watch and see, are they really gifted? Are they fighting behind closed doors and coming to the altar to preach? You don't know. You don't know. So the fact that they are carrying they hold microphone and hold Bible doesn't mean that is an automatic counselor that they have become.
No.
Doesn't mean that they automatically become
at
a counselor.
So, some of these pastors have more issue. Some of these pastors have more issue than you do yourself, and you are going to them because they haven't got that. No, they haven't got it in them. That they are pastor, doesn't mean that they are.
They may be gifted. Their calling is different. It is to win souls, to preach the good news. It may not be for counseling.
That's
because
right.
This is where a lot of people are getting it wrong in marriage. You see this always running to pastor with every problem because they feel that they are pastors. Before you say that, I will tell my pastor, I will tell my pastor. Some women threaten their husbands with pastor. I will let daddy know. I will tell my pastor.
Terrible.
So that their pastor doesn't mean they have they know everything.
No,
Wisdom
doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, some of them don't have any wisdom at all. So you really have to know who you're sharing anything with, because it comes to a stage where it may be so. Even though we say no third party, but some men and some women, we are so different. We are not all the same. Some people will talk to them, they will hear you, but when it comes to it, they will just let loose before they even know. Remember what you told them. They've gone too far. They've started fighting again. They started quarreling again. They can't hold themselves. And you can't change somebody suddenly. But that's how they grew up. And some of these things are from home. Some of them watch their parents the way they do. For example, I've always said to our sons here, I say, look, whenever you get married, and if I hear any pim between you and your wife, I'll be very surprised, because where do you people get it from? You people how dad is treating me here like a queen, and how I'm treating him like a king, and how we love and respect each other. And
pieces.
At a point,
beautiful. You can proudly tell your child, look at our marriage. Did you see this? Because you know they don't see things like that. So you are going to question, where did you pick this thing up from? I raised you where you saw our marriage. But can we sincerely, how many people can sincerely say they can look at their parents' marriage and say, this is what? How many people can sincerely?
No.
That is why that they are your parent doesn't automatically mean that they are the right people to run to when you're having issues.
At all. We have a couple here. The parents are also in this London. We are all from Nigeria. They're still in London. We are the ones that they came to for counseling. And there was something we said to them, and the young man said to us, does this happen in every home? And we both looked at each other and we were shocked. This is somebody who is getting married. They have to come for us to support them. Their parents are here, and there's something fundamental about marriage that we told them, and they looked at us in surprise. And the young man said, "Does this happen in every home?" That spoke volume to us.
That
Yes,
is something
that spoke
strange to
volume.
them.
Yeah, and the parents were so happy when they heard that they were coming to Dr. Zrima's
Oh,
wife. They were happy because
they
they knew us.
knew.
But why can't you
They knew.
try? If it's not in you, it's not in you. Just like what we were talking
If
about
it's not in you,
yesterday.
it's not in
It's
you.
not in you.
That's
That's the
why I
thing. So you
said
don't
that
expect.
some of our
You don't
mothers
expect.
endured a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I cannot, if, for instance, if my mother experienced abuse from my father and stayed put and endured, she's the last person I should go to when I'm
yeah,
having issues like this,
yeah.
because I wouldn't expect her to give me the right advice needed, not because she's a bad mother, but
Yeah.
when it comes to marriage, she may not
Yes.
be able to, she may not be in the right
She may not. She
position.
may not be the right person. Yes,
No
definitely.
bias. If you
Yeah,
want it to work, you
yeah,
must go to the right person. Even if the person is not related to you, even if
yeah,
you don't attend, you don't have the same, you are not going to the same church, or it could be somebody from another faith entirely. What
yeah,
matters is that marriage is what matters.
yeah,
The
yeah.
person involved is what matters.
Exactly. Exactly. You
That
know,
person qualified.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So we have to be very careful. If it becomes too much that we have to share it with somebody, you have to really know that this person is somebody you trust that tomorrow, because I'm telling you now, whatever issues couples are having, they will eventually settle. And it won't be the
Yes.
situation where that person that mentored you or counseled you will see you hugging and kissing each other and be like, these are these ones. The one I just said to
Yeah.
follow the other day. You
If
don't
they
want
enter
that kind of.
house now, they will
You
go and
don't,
continue fighting.
you don't want that kind of people at all in your life. So
Yes.
that's why it's important. If at all you can, please settle just two of you.
Yes.
Maintain your respect, But if it becomes necessary to have to take it out, not to the pastors.
Yes.
I'm not saying that I don't have anything against pastors, but some of them have
No,
given examples.
there are some
There are
with
good
wisdom
ones.
who can handle.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is
yeah.
not all. The fact
Not
that they are on
all.
suit doesn't give them
Not all.
automatic license
Not
to
all. There
become
are very,
counselors.
there are very mature pastors who actually you can see their own lives and the way they are living their own life,
Yes.
and you know that this
And
person is able
emulate.
to help me, that they are really somebody I
Yes.
can rely on, and you will not even hear it anywhere. So there are pastors like that. So we have to
Yes.
watch. People have to, just make sure that you know who you're going to, because if you go to the wrong person, that marriage will deteriorate instead of improving. It will start going back
Thank
more.
you.
Yes, to start going
Absolutely.
back more. Yeah. And most of the time, couples will say to you, hey, just tell us who is at fault. Never. Even if you know outright who is at fault, that's the last thing anybody can do to any couple. There's nobody
As
at
a
fault. Two
counselor.
of you, yes, as a counselor, two of you are at fault because two of you are one. Why are you be telling me? Telling me who is at fault? How can one person be at fault when you took the oath? What did the Bible say? The two have become one. So two of you are at
One.
fault. Sort it out.
At fault.
And I just give them a scenario and tell them examples of your own life that you've had. There's nothing anybody has told me since I've been speaking to married and newly married couples that I've never passed through. There's nothing. So when they tell me, I'll laugh. And they'll be wondering why I'm laughing. I say I'm laughing because this is a simple matter. I've gone through it myself. And then you see them now relax. They'll now relax and think, oh, I'm not getting mad, or I'm not a bad woman.
I'm not the first person.
I'm
At
not the
least I'm
first
not
person.
crazy.
Yes, you see them. You see how they would sit in their chair properly again, like, you that we are seeing like this, you've gone through this. I say, yes, worse. I've been worse than this. Then they will now balance and want to listen. But if you come with that
Yes.
attitude, the way they are seeing you now, they think that's how you have been. And you come with that attitude that's how you have been. That deceit. And you're not going to help that couple. You're not.
Yeah.
Because they will look at you as perfect person. So that they can never get to your level. But if you start by telling them, by smiling when they say, look, I've done worse, I've heard worse, I've seen worse, and they'll be like, They will now relax, and they
Really?
can get
Then
they
that's
can get what you're saying. They can get
Na
what you're
no
saying,
ọfụma.
and and get, and they will get it. So people just have to be patient, because whoever you're looking out there
Patience.
is in the house. When people are saying, "Oh man, one soup, this is it one thing?" I'm telling you, there's a way. Even at my age, there's a way you package yourself. You wouldn't even know that it's the same. My husband always said to me, he said, "I have not noticed any difference with all the 4 children and with your age. I've not noticed anything. Obviously, age, when age comes,
It's
the way you
mommy,
used to rock
the
is not the
mind
same."
and the heart are
Yeah,
together. When the
yes,
mind, the heart, and the body, if the body is still physically fit, the
yes,
mind is still sharp, and the heart is still beating for that person. Trust me, it will remain 16 all the time.
yeah,
To
yes,
always be 16. It will
yes,
always be
yes.
16. After all, when we cook stew, there are ways they say meharia, you turn it into jollof rice. Is
Exactly,
it not the same
exactly.
tomatoes? Oh, yeah,
Eh?
no.
I say to people, there's nothing you are looking for out there that is not in there with you. You just, both of you just have to, if you communicate, if it's not working out, talk about it, because the other party might not even know that that's the issue, or that they're not getting it right. Talk and just get on.
Communication. We
Communication.
can't
Eh?
overemphasize on it. Communication.
Honestly.
Talk it over. I worry when couples don't talk out, when they don't speak out, when they don't talk what their problem. Sit down and trash it. Boss, I can't hear you both.
Somebody,
Really? Maybe it's your network.
oh,
Vanessa,
really?
Vanessa, go out and come in again. It should be
Yeah,
your network.
it must be her network, oh, because every other person
Oh,
can
she
see
said,
us,
host,
can
so
hear.
I'm not hearing you people. Go out
Eh,
and come in
oh.
and hurry up before you miss. You know?
So
Communication
all,
is something that will
yes,
help us. And I'm learning
yes.
this communication and ways to
Mm,
communicate better, because the way I used to communicate initially didn't
yes.
favor me. And that's one thing with marriage.
No.
We learn
Mm,
every day.
yes.
Nobody wakes up and gets it right. We
No.
learn. So, but if you don't make your mistakes, how do you learn?
Others are not hearing us. So others, it's not just Vanessa. What's going on?
Ah,
Going on?
where is it
Being a
coming from?
carer.
Village people have finally entered here. Oh.
Being a carer saying that she can't hear us either.
Village people have pattern on a live stream. They have come to
Oh
mute.
no. Oh no.
Let
Cornelius,
me
can you
see.
hear us?
Cornelius, can
Cornelius.
you hear?
Wow.
We can, but I can hear. I can hear my other device.
We can only hear each other.
No, my other phone, I can hear loudly from my other phone.
Oh, Cornelius can hear us. What is going on? Ah, I can hear
See,
you
but I
both.
can hear from this phone now.
Say that they can hear us properly.
And
So it's not from us.
D can hear us. D is
Okay.
here. D can hear us as well. He said, I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah, she can hear us as well.
Okay, so I
Actually,
don't
I
know
thought
what.
it's village.
I don't know
Kara,
what's
can you hear
happening.
us now? Yeah, she can hear. They can hear.
Oh, who said?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
AA said she can. Yeah, she said,
Yeah,
yeah, she can hear us. D can
but
hear us.
being a
My
carer,
husband can hear.
is not hearing us.
Oh yeah. Call for special prayer. Hey, every spirit that is trying to stop you from hearing. Hey!
Yeah, so now we are talking something that is very important. It doesn't want some people to hear.
Just
We
go
are
out and
binding
come
and
in
losing.
again, please.
We are binding and losing that spirit.
We bind and lose. We bind and cast.
Oh my God.
Yeah, go on,
Yeah.
mommy. I think
Yes.
it's sorted out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that what is causing problem for people from some of the ones I've dealt with over the years, honestly, is something I've gone through myself, and it's something we have worked out. So why can't people make more effort? It takes effort, both parties, not just one person, not just the man saying I am the head. This word, I'm the head. When it comes to what the head does, the man will not do it. Or he wants two of you to start sharing bill. So just stop using that word. If we know, we know you are the head. In fact, you don't have to say it. Any man that opens the mouth and starts telling the wife, "I'm the head," that man lacks wisdom. That man
The
is
person
not
is already failing in his responsibility
already
as a man.
failing. You're already failing. You don't remind your wife that you are the head. The way you behave, the way you comport yourself will make her to treat you like a king that you are, like the
Mm,
head that you are. You don't have to remind, So
mm,
just act, just behave, just do what you've got to do as a husband and the wife, in the house, and the wife do what she got to do as the wife in the house, and then things will just flow. And when you have children, it becomes the challenge is now multiple because you have people who are watching. They're watching you like a hawk. Anything you do, if you raise your voice, your children will always raise their voices when they talk. If you talk calmly, those children will learn to talk calmly. And when they go out there
yes.
and people are raising their voice, they will remember in those days, they will say, "Oh, mom, look at how Jennifer was talking to her mom today." Because they're like, "What? How dare you shout at your mom like that?" Because it's not what they're used to. So whatever, when it's husband and wife, that's one thing. Then when the children starts coming, hey, that's when you even have more problem because they're copycats, they're copying everything, and you think they're so young.
Everything.
Even at 1 year old, they're observing. That
Oyoyo's daughter one day came back from school. She went to the teacher. A child was throwing tantrum and just acting up. You know how some children can act up in class, and the teacher was getting so frustrated, trying to put the child, get the child to calm down. The child, some of these children can be very disrespectful. And the thing,
mm,
and Oyoyo, when she came, when the daughter, when the last daughter, when she came up, she said she now went to her mother that her mother needs to help the teacher because her mother knows better ways to handle, a
yeah,
child throwing tantrum. Maybe if the mother can come to the school and help the teacher, that their teacher is so frustrated with this child throwing tantrums. I laughed my
okay.
head out. You see, children watch. She knows that her mother
Ah.
doesn't take nonsense. Her mother will not take trash. And she's asking the teacher if she will let the mother come and handle the situation in school. So
That's the
children
thing.
watch and
What they
learn.
watch, they watch. So one thing is for husband and wife to be behaving like this to themselves. The other thing is when there's children involved, your job becomes even more. Honestly,
Yeah.
but if you can, because some people sometimes once you get married, before you know it, you are pregnant. The child comes the next year, so it didn't even give you time to even bond or to even understand each other. So you are trying to understand each other. There's a child there. There's divided attention. The man feels left out because maybe you're doing exclusive breastfeeding. The child is always attached to you. So there's all those issues comes. You have to balance it. You have to make out time for him, knowing that how lonely he's now feeling because you have your child there with you all the time. So all those things, there's so many balancing to be done when children starts coming until they get to the
Yeah.
age, until they leave the house, and then it remains back to both of you. We love
Back
it
to the
now that
boyfriend and girlfriend.
I'm telling
Remains
you,
back
but
to the
but,
boyfriend and
but
being a parent. Thank you
we,
so much for coming. Yeah, I'm glad you
yes,
can hear us
yes,
now. Vicky, thank you
yes,
so much.
yeah.
Then
But
when the
I'm
children
looking
are all
forward.
grown,
Yes,
you will not
so
become
that
boyfriend and
time.
girlfriend again.
We now, in fact, sometimes we just look at each other and we laugh. I will say, "This is how we started. Though it's back to us. That is how this world is." But we are looking forward to next week when they're all coming back for Christmas. We are looking forward to that. So when they all come back
Oh,
like that, it's just a blessing. You just look forward to that, and then they will leave again and go because that's the stage they are at now. But
yeah,
when they are younger, husband and wife, whatever your problem is, honestly, with the ones I've spoken to, whatever their problem, whatever they are sharing with me, I've already gone through it and worse.
yeah.
And that helps me. That
Welcome,
helps me to now,
Cotilicious.
yeah.
Welcome, welcome. Vicky
Okay.
said her own now 1 month belle enter straight. The thing even spoil her honeymoon.
Ehen.
Now
You
sickness.
see, that's exactly what happened with me as well. Waited in December. By early October the next year, I had my first baby. So you see, there was no time. So that's why you have to really make that conscious effort to make out that time so that the other person don't feel left out. And if your husband verbalizes to you that they're feeling that ignoring them now because of the baby and whatever. Don't just say, what do you mean? What, will I leave the baby? Are you now a baby? Try and balance it up, because at the end of the day,
See what being
marriage.
a carer with care is rude. She said,
Mm,
the thing is, most young couples these days feel they know it better, that they
thank
know
you.
it better than the older ones, and the older ones are old school. And
Thank
this is the
you.
truth.
Being a carer,
Oka, our eyes is here. We're
that's
not ready to
exactly what they
even
think.
learn.
And that's why they're getting it wrong. And that's why they're saying, I can't be under any man. Which under man are you being under? See me and my husband here. No, there's nothing like I can't be under any man, because the way you treat each other, you won't even know who is, even though he's older and everything, because of the way we have been respecting each other from the beginning. You
Look
won't
at what
even
you
know.
said now. Look at what you said when you came up. You were with daddy and you were doing something, you were busy, and you had to tell him. Now,
Yes.
some people will say, why do I need to take permission? It is called
Oh,
respect.
of
You have to
course.
tell
Of
him
course.
because you are busy. Now, another woman will say, I don't need this permission. You do. It is called respect,
Yes.
mutual respect.
Oh, yes.
Because
Yes.
it
You
doesn't
know,
in any way belittle or remove anything from
no,
you.
it doesn't. Respect is so, in fact, yes, love is there, but do you know respect? Men, and even us women, everybody likes respect. When you respect somebody, that love follows. You can't be telling me I love you in your mouth, and then you're not even respecting the person. I love you, and you still go out into another woman. What kind of love is that? There's no respect, So look at what Vicky.
Vicky,
Look at what
I'm
Vicky
laughing at
saying.
she said because he
Oh,
said I'm
Vicky,
always
because
cuddling my daughter. He said seriously, I've asked my husband before that does he want to collect the breast from my daughter?
yeah, that's
The
the
man
thing. You
will
see
just
what
be
I
looking
mean?
at the thing like this, as a baby is sucking it, and the way some of these children suck as if they're the ones that gave you the breast to keep for them.
Yes, honestly, yeah. If you can't
Like your
respect each other,
husband will
don't
just be
bother.
looking.
Yes,
This baby, don't finish this breast milk. I paid for it. But delicious,
yes,
yes, the balance is
yes.
important in parenting
Exactly.
and marriage.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
pray
What
people
Cotilicious,
deliberately work on their marriage and
yes, what
parenting.
Cotilicious
Thank
says
you.
there is very correct. And what Vicky said, respect brings love.
Yes.
Absolutely. Don't stop all this. I love you. I love you. Show me respect, and that love will automatically be there. But people don't have any respect for each other. The way they talk to each other, if there's anything that you don't like, the way it's not what you say, but how you say it. It makes
Yeah.
a lot of difference how you say things. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, those children that you're using as a cover up, your children, no matter their age now, they will eventually grow up
They
and
will
go.
grow up and
They
leave
will grow up and
eventually.
go.
One
And
day they
then
will
if
marry
you
and start raising their own children.
Yes, if you did not get on with each other when those children are grown and gone, that's why you see some marriages. We have a friend of ours, they've been married for 41 years and they're now divorcing. Why?
You see,
Why?
the children are all gone.
They're gone.
The
And it's
children
just
are
two of them
gone.
in the
Nothing
house.
is there.
Just two of them in the house and they can't stand each other. And that was because they did not start on time to work out things. They just concentrate on the children. Oh, my child. Oh, children needs it. This child needs it. Running around the children. I'm not saying don't run around the children. Of
Wives,
course,
are
they're
you
children.
listening? Mothers, are you listening? Wives, are you listening? This thing
Mm,
she's saying here is so real. Please
mm,
search your heart. If you know you are using your children as a cover, it's time to start working on it. It's time to, move the children. Nobody's saying don't love them, but know that you are married to a man first before the
yeah.
children came. You need to
Yes.
establish that relationship, that solid
Yes.
relationship with the father
Yes.
of those
Very
children, in as much
important.
as you are loving the children. Now, a parent like that, if the children, now that they are married, do you think they can handle any issue
Mm,
that is brought to them by the children? They won't be able to handle
mm,
it. For
no.
instance, the children's marriage is having crisis. Can they honestly handle it
Mm,
and give the
mm,
children the right counsel? They won't be able
mm.
to.
No,
Eh?
no.
They won't be
No,
able to.
that's the thing. And And when it comes to the point where children are now, there's now problem, and children have to go, they don't know who they are going to. Are they going to daddy? Are they going to mommy? And sometimes one weekend they are here, the next weekend they are there, and their mom will tell them horrible things about their dad. They will go back to the dad next weekend. Dad will say, and the children are confused. I feel sorry for such children. They're so confused. They don't. They always say, "Mommy and Daddy, I just wish you both will be together again. That's what I want." You just hear the children say this. It breaks my heart. So very small thing. People, just like what Akira, being Akira with care said, that they think that we are old school, and that's why people give me that old school anytime where I'm happy. I'm aging. I'm getting old, and I'm getting old. Yes, I'm getting old happily.
And I'm proud to be old school.
Yeah.
I am proud because my old school is working for me. The new school is not helping me. I cannot apply the new school. I'm not even a small girl. So why would I even apply the new school? I am old school and I love it. The old school is making my marriage work out. And it's giving me peace in my home. And that is what I need. I need happiness and peace.
Yes.
These two.
Yes.
So if I have it, I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are just getting it wrong. They're missing it. And that's why there's all these problems. And this social media, every small thing, people will bring their issue to social media. Well, social media there when you people dated and decided they're going to marry. What is this about social media that people cannot solve their problem themselves anymore? And they have to start bringing each other out.
Third party. Is the worst third party in marriage right now. Is the worst. I was from the beginning of the stream. I was telling a story, not even a story, something I read today on Facebook, and that was what really inspired today's topic. Because I've just been thinking sometimes I can stay 1 hour to stream. I've not scheduled. I'm still asking God, what do I talk today? What do I even come out to say? I was on Instagram when I saw that a man who was sharing that his wife has been giving him only 1 round. And after the first round, the wife can't serve the second round. And he's been complaining about it because he has high libido. So he always wants to go the second round, but the wife will always refuse. And now that he has given the wife ultimatum that if by the end of this year, she can't go, that the wife is already pushing him to look outside and consider either getting a side chick or getting a second wife. So that women should know that what a man wants is what you give to him. And I'm saying now this is a grown man coming on social media to seek validation to cheating. Your wife is not starving you, she's giving you well. Your problem as a man, and you want people to come and pounce on the woman that she's not been a good wife because she's not giving the second round. The question I ask, has the man sat down to ask himself, how do I even make my wife happy? How do I come on my wife? Do I even help her out when she's stressed? Am I loving? Does he go for foreplay? Or he just feels social media is the only place now where people come and expose their marriage, and they come to the good, the bad, the ugly, and the rotten people to give them advice. When they not apply this advice in their marriage, they end up destroying their homes. This is what is happening.
Yes. So
social media now is the third party. In fact, it's the worst third party we have. People will no longer even go to their parents. Some people have wise parents who can give them counsel, but they prefer to go on Instagram or go on TikTok or go on Facebook to ask people they don't know their character, people whose house they don't know how they're managing for solution to their marriage.
And if people will be honest to themselves, when there's issues in marriage like this, both parties are not happy. And unhappiness, when you are unhappy, it tells in your body, it tells everything. You can pretend, but it tells even in your health. So people are not doing themselves any favors by not getting on with their spouses. Honestly, just work at it. People say, oh, marriage is hard. It can be hard, but it's not that hard if you actually marry your own husband and your own wife and you are prepared to communicate. And when I mean communicate, not shouting, not
effective communication, not shouting,
not using style to accuse the other person or to tell the other person off. You always do this. Well, to have to avoid all those absolutes, like always, never. You never help me. You always do this. You all do this. All those kind of words is not helpful.
One-sided blame.
Yes,
One-sided.
it's not helpful because the other party will now become defensive immediately. As soon as you say you always, it's like, what do you mean I'm always? But there's a way you can phrase it. You are still communicating the same thing, and your spouse will not get offended. So sometimes it's the way we talk. So we have to really know that this is now somebody we are going to spend the rest of our lives with, and we have to be prepared to work on our marriages. There's nothing like, and if it's not working, if there's violence, of course, that one is a no. But if it's only
No?
just simple things, the ones I've seen, they're all simple things that I've gone through and worse. So, but if it comes to being physical, obviously that one we don't want another Osinachio. No. But
No, no,
most of
no,
the time,
no, no.
it's nothing like that, and people just go off, especially in this UK, because they know that
Yeah.
marriage, they support, this country supports women and children a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, your child can
Even
go
in
out there.
America, they think of
Yes.
women and children first. So
Uh-huh. Yes.
women become tiger. A lot of women become
Yes.
tiger once they
Yes.
cross
They
the
are.
border.
You hear a woman telling you, you see her, maybe if you come to a function on her own and you're like, oh, where's your husband? And she'll turn around and say to you, which husband? I've chucked him out of the
Which
house.
one?
That stupid man. For
Ah,
real? We're talking about our own people. I'm not talking about Oyibo. That stupid man, I've chucked him out of the house. I don't know where he is. Hey!
I don't
And
know.
that kind of statement digs into my heart. I'm like, really? Really? And those people, as I
No,
said, they're never happy. Because at the end of the day, they're going to
they are
reap
not
what they
happy.
have sown. It's not all about
They are
money.
not.
It's not all about
Hmm?
money, because when things like that happen, they will ask the man to leave, even though the man is the one. Maybe the man has their house before the woman even joined him. He's been paying he got the mortgage, but the society does not care. All they know is that the woman has cried
The
wolf.
man is
Oh, he
thrown
did
out,
this,
and
he's doing this. The
the
man
woman
will
and
just,
the children take
take
over.
his briefcase or whatever else he can pick up and leave.
Man,
Why do people have that kind of, what kind of marriage is that? I'm saying it again, marriage is not mandatory. If you don't want to get married and remain married, don't bother. There are very many
yeah,
single men and women enjoying and having good lives than
yeah.
just getting it with somebody else and making themselves and that person miserable and causing problems for them. And some of them are ending up inside because of
A lot of
women.
them just wait for the opportunity. Once they get what they want and they've settled, then you see their true color will come out, their true nature will come out, and they start acting
Yeah.
like lioness, angry lion even. All because they
Yeah.
know that the law will be on their side. And it's so
Mm.
terrible. Some men do it as well. Some men do it to women too. Not
Yes.
just women, some men do it to their wives too. The women will bring them over, do everything, and then at the end of the day, when the man has sorted himself out, you see him, acting like the Lord of the Ring. It's so
Yes.
heartbreaking. Honestly, marriage is something two people should work on. If you're not ready to
Honestly.
work on it, there is no
Yeah.
point going into it. There
Yeah.
is no point.
Honestly.
You can have
Honestly.
the whole
And
money in the whole world. You can have all the money in the world. You still
yes,
not be happy.
money is not everything. I've told the story of how we started, how we are just cutting one chicken into how many to be enough. Now, if I want to eat one whole chicken every single day, I will eat it.
You
But we
see?
worked together at that time and managed, and here we are today. So money is not everything. Work together.
It's not.
I'd rather that you work with your husband and not when he's got everything, you now step in and then we want to touch this thing, say, hey, don't spoil that chair. Or you don't want to touch that one, say, hey, you don't know how much I paid for that table. No, work together with the person. You know, and obviously, if the man is already made up before you came in, fine. But all I'm trying to say is that marriage can be very sweet. Come see you now. With this, I'm going to get married. Though. Oh,
Yes, you
those
should
people
go
are
and
here.
get
Oh.
married.
Those people
Marriage
are
is a
here. Those
beautiful
people are
thing.
here. Those people are
Yeah.
here.
Cornelius is quick. He will time them out straight up without wasting
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you Cotillation say if you cannot compromise, you can't be married. I'm telling
No,
you, this
you
is so
can't.
true. You can't.
You
And
can't. You
if
can't.
you
There's
don't
no
have,
point.
if you are not patient,
Yeah.
patience, you see, this thing
Yeah.
is a virtue.
Yes.
Is a virtue. Patience is
Yeah.
a virtue.
Yeah.
Be
Yes.
patient even as you're trying to correct your spouse. Be patient to watch them change because they're
Yes.
coming from a different background. Don't expect
Yes.
them to be like your brother. Don't expect them
Yes.
to be like your sister. Don't
And
expect them to be like
honestly,
your father or your mother. We are
yeah.
different. Be patient
No.
as you're praying and as you are encouraging them. Give them time to change. Patience
Give
is
them
something. Instead of
time. Give
running
them
running
time.
off like a
Yes.
headless chicken to go and complain about
Yes.
how bad he is
Very
and
small
how you
thing.
expected him to be like
Eh?
your father or like your mother.
Hey.
Patience
Please.
is very important.
Yeah. Good conversation with your partner. Don't shout. Yes, don't shout. Because sometimes people will say, but I'm talking to him or her. She doesn't understand. You are not talking, you are shouting.
Some
That's not
people
how
will
to
say it's
communicate.
the
You're
tone
not
of their voice. That
communicating.
is how I talk. There is a man
Yeah.
I was listening to his live stream. He was talking yesterday and he said somebody was like, you are getting angry. Calm down. He said, no, this is the tone of my voice. This is how I talk. Calm down. A lot of men have this voice. Calm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
That voice can be
And
toned down when you are talking to your wife.
yeah.
You don't have to raise that voice and say this is the tone. When the guy said it, I just laughed. He doesn't know that
Yeah.
his voice is commanding and the tone is bad. To some people, they don't like that tone. A lot of men
Yeah.
have that tone, even women too. He said, but that is how I talk. Now, that is not how you talk.
No,
When you are
no.
happy,
You
you
don't
don't talk that way.
like
When
that.
you are
Yeah.
asking for
And
one round, you don't talk that way. You come like a pussycat and beg. Now you
before before I go down, what I want to say as well is, so my husband and wife, when there's an issue or when you are not happy with each other and the other person says something to you that you don't really want to hear, you think that why are they saying to you? Please let us try not to react. Let us respond. Let me give an example. Your husband or your wife, but it can be either way, will say to you, oh, whatever you call your name, myself and my husband will call each other mine. I say, oh, mine, why did you just leave that plate there or do this there? Instead of him turning around and say, how do you mean that it's me that left the plate there? After all, it was there when I came. He can say, oh, really? I can't even remember. Did I leave it there? Oh, it's okay. I'll go and I'll collect it. You can hear me now saying to him, no, it's okay. I'll go and collect it. Because of the way he responded. He did not react.
respond instead of
He did not react.
reacting.
Yeah, he did not react to what I say. So sometimes let us
Wisdom.
respond. Let us respond instead of reacting. The same thing you are communicating, but the way you say it and the way the other person will reply you, they are now responding. They are not reacting. And if every couple would try that, try not to react to your spouse's what they say. Try and respond. You see, just what I just said now. I'm saying the same thing, but because if he had said to me,
but,
no, I'll say, hey, please
but
go and
in
watch it.
different
But when
way,
he
in
said,
different
oh, I didn't
tone.
even realize. Yeah, I didn't even, and I'll go and get it. I said, no, it's okay. I'm going to the kitchen anyway. I'll get it. You see, problem solved.
But
Problem
if you had said, I left it there, okay, you should go and tidy it. Say, what do you mean by that?
After
Before
all,
you know it,
he will say,
argument has
after all, you're the woman in the house. What do you mean, me? I left plate there. What do you mean? That
what do
becomes
you
a
mean by
different
that?
story.
So, am I
Yes.
your slave? Am I your slave here in UK? No, what do you mean by no? Please, woman, shut up your nagging. You shut up, don't shout at me. No, you don't. Quarrel have started though.
Yes.
But you see that responding, responding.
Let us always remember that. Let us always respond and not react. And you will see a big difference in our marriages. And now I'm talking with experience. I'm not talking from what I read in the book. Because some people will read some things in the book and tell you it's not the same. Because they have not gone through that. But some of the things I tell people when they come to me,
Mommy, the
things I've gone
oil on
through.
your head will never run dry. The oil of wisdom upon your head, mommy, it will never run dry.
Amen.
Because this thing you are saying is pure wisdom. See, it is out of experience. As you are talking, the thing I'm like, it's coming to my mind. How I react sometimes instead of responding, and how my husband reacts sometimes instead of responding. This is wisdom. And like I said, marriage is a place where we learn, Jane. We don't know it all, but we have to be open to learning. See what Cotilisha said. She said, I'm in marriage because of my husband. Any day it becomes about my children, then it's high time I left the marriage. I can't be in a marriage for children. It has to be because of a man.
Absolutely.
Oh, why I want make me speak in tongue
Absolutely.
this evening? Now this timer is too much.
Look
I
at
want
me.
you
Look
guys
at me
want to
that
make
says
me
to
start
hobby.
speaking in tongue now.
Look
This
at me that
timer
says
is
to
too
hobby. I'm
much.
coming for 10 minutes. I'm here
Ah,
now.
this
And
this
It
timer,
allowed me. It
this
allowed me to
timer, mommy.
continue.
Hey, I feel like speaking in tongue right now. This wisdom that is dropping here is too much, guys. I wish. Oh, God bless you, Cotilicious. Your anointing will never run dry. I am picking so much knowledge, and I'm sure a lot of people who are going to watch this, those who are watching and those who will watch, if you can sit down, see, one thing is about humility. Sit down and admit that there are places you need to work on. There are things you need to fix in your home, and begin to fix them. Don't sit down like Agadaba Chiruzo and say that, no, I am okay. Nobody's perfect and nobody knows it all. We
No,
learn
no,
daily.
no. Every
We
day.
learn
Yes,
daily.
we learn. Yeah. We have to open to, yeah. So I think I'm going to go down now because I spent more than the 10 minutes I
10,
said I was
10
going to
minutes,
spend.
10 minutes is 50 minutes. My
Oh,
husband said I
Cornelius
will
said
enroll on your course
I
if
will
I find
enroll.
myself in UK.
You are so welcome. It's free. It's free course. We do a free. Always
Yeah.
once marriages are happy and thriving well, that's the all the money we need in this world. Once people are happy in their marriages, that's more than any amount of money. So you enroll in the free class, no problem at all.
Yes, yes,
But yeah,
yes. The
sometimes
underlying situations cause some people to
yeah,
react badly to each other, unemployment and stress and all that. Yes, that
but
is true. But when you
yeah,
realize
still.
it, then you go back to say, whoa, the way I spoke to you earlier on, I'm sorry about it. See, there is someone who had this issue, and I said, look, sometimes people can be stressed and they don't know when they react negatively.
Yeah.
Sometimes all you need to be is to remind them, if you're still hurting, if you're still feeling bad about the way they spoke or the way they reacted, you can call their attention to it. Sometimes people react without knowing that they reacted that way. It could be due to either deep-seated stress or just anger, or somebody provoked them somewhere. So now if you feel bad about the way the person reacted and you know this is abnormal, this is not my husband, this is not my wife, now you can call the person and say, look, what happened? I don't like the way you reacted earlier on. I only asked you for something and I don't like the way you reacted. And the person, if the person is a matured husband or wife, the person, oh, I'm sorry, it was not you. I was just thinking of something. Somebody pissed me off. I was stressed earlier. I'm so sorry, please. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. And it's finished. Instead of carrying it in your heart. Yes, stress could make us react negatively because we are human beings and we just want to vent. We just want to let out that stress. So we might react that way. But when you react, do you correct yourself or you just pretend like all is well?
Because unemployment, stress, and all the rest of it, maybe it's one person that is unemployed and not the other person. The other party have to support the other person in that situation. We have been in that situation in this family as well, where there's one out of job, and we know how we handled it. It's not for us to take. Yes, stress is always there with us. There's no way we cannot go through stress, but how we handle it. And also, husband and wife complement each other. You see, maybe why it has worked for us so well is because we are very opposite of each other. We are totally opposite of each other. You will see me, oh, small thing, and my husband will say, what is it? And I would show him, and he will just take that thing from me and start doing it. And after, it will take him 1 minute. I'm like, oh, that's it. And you see how I would have stressed about this thing. So again, if two of us are like me, I don't even know. I won't be here talking to you because I have to be honest. I'm always in a hurry. I'm always want to get it done. And if I don't get it done, it's like end of the world. And he's like, you're looking at me thinking, why? It doesn't matter. If it's something money can solve, it's no longer a problem. Even if we don't have the money now, but if something money can solve, then it's not a problem. We're going to figure it out. So
one person just somebody has to be cold, somebody has to be hot, like me, I am the fire of the house. Hey, I am the fire. If I'm quiet like this, just know that there is problem. Even though it's between me, just me and my husband at home, I am the fire of the house, and he knows it. So if I'm quiet, my husband will just be like, you think something has happened to him. Anytime my husband sees me very quiet, oh, I do pity him. If I have mood, if I'm having mood swing, I do pity him because I will dull him. He will just be waiting for me to come back. He say, mom, I want my
Okay, I'm
wife.
coming. Sorry, I have to go now.
Okay,
I have
mommy.
to go now. It's been a wonderful discussion, and all the chats are
Yeah,
over there, and everything. It's just wonderful. So
it's been
please
so
let
awesome,
us
mommy.
keep.
You are
Yeah, let us
you
keep.
are amazing.
We have to be doing this often, because we can never talk
Yeah,
enough about marriage. All we want is
yeah,
marriages to succeed. Let us be happy in our
yes,
marriages and grow
yes,
old in our marriage and grow old gracefully and still happy with
yes,
each other. Okay. Good night,
yes.
everyone.
Thank
Hope this
you.
continue.
Thank
It's
you
very
for always
important,
coming
isn't
around to
it?
share your wisdom.
That's okay,
Thank
everyone. Good
you.
night. Love you all. Bye bye.
Good night. Greetings to
Bye.
Daddy. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. What is almost 3 hours here, man? What a discussion. Yeah. Delicious. Communication in marriage is what blood, okay, is what blood is to human being. Without blood, you cannot live, and without communication, a marriage can't survive. And this is 110% true. This is, yes, so she overstayed. Honestly, it was an amazing discussion. I'm telling you, it's an amazing discussion. See, this thing is all about two people coming together to say, agreeing that they want to make it work. If you resolve within you that this is not going to work, trust me, it has failed from the beginning. We just have to deliberately, consciously put in effort, our little effort daily, to ensure that this marriage works out. Yeah, Cotilicious, I've missed you, Cotilicious. I've not been seeing your post. What happened? You're taking a break. Anyway, shall check. I hope it's not my button, but I know I have not been seeing your notification. I'm not going to lie, I've not been seeing your notification. So I don't know if you took a break because I have your button on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. And before I round up, I'll say, yes, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, guys. Do not forget to click the like. If you've not given me a thumbs up, kindly give me a thumbs up, okay? It helps the stream. Vanessa, you've been so awesome. Cotilicious, being a carer with Case, Cornelius, let me see, Vanessa, you all have been so awesome. Yeah, D, you have been so awesome. D, thank you so much. God bless you for your time and your support all the time here. And hope you guys are preparing so quick. You're preparing well for the Christmas celebration. Black Money Cup, you've been awesome. Thank you. Many conversation today was really interesting. And Mommy Ifechi, oh, God will continue to bless you, Mommy. Thank you. God bless the day I connected to you. Yes, thank you so, so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sweet Escape, yeah, thank you. Okay, Sharon and Chris. Yeah, I have amazing people here. Getting right to Lydia. You all have been so, so sweet. Proud mixed child. Thank you. God bless you all. Let's remember that nobody is saying throw away third party completely. No. But before you go for that third party, ask yourself, who is this person? What qualifies the person to come into my marriage? What license does the person have? What qualification does the person have? Is the person a professional? Has the person's marriage been working out so well? You have to ask yourself. Then you ask yourself, why am I going to this person? Is it to maliciously reduce my spouse? Is it to just ridicule them? Is it to shame them? Or is it to do what? What is the intention? Why are you bringing in the third party? If it's something you can resolve between you and your husband, amicably, or between you and your wife, why don't you go ahead and resolve it amicably between you two? And who matters? Why matters? Do not forget. Nobody is saying stay in an abusive marriage or in a toxic marriage. Don't talk to anyone. Keep it to yourself. Die in silence. No, all we are saying is before you involve that third party, ask yourself again, is it worth it? Is it to save my marriage? Is intention to save my marriage? Is intention to learn? Is intention to learn from a wise person? What is the intention? The intention matters a lot before you get in a third party. It will help you before you make up your mind. Before you call daddy, before you call mommy, before you call your brother or your sister, ask yourself again, am I doing this to save my marriage? Is it beyond me? Have I discussed it? Have I done my own bits? Remember, you have to do your bits first before you get another person involved. It is only when it's not working, when your effort has failed, that you can now bring in a third party, somebody that your spouse listens to and respect, somebody with wisdom, somebody with knowledge, somebody with experience, not just anyhow person. Work on it first. Do your part first. Put in your effort, communicate it, talk to your spouse. If everything has failed, remember, you still have the place of prayer. Go down on your knees and talk to God concerning that situation that is troubling you. Go down on your knees and pray to God to change that thing, that character, that habit of that person. After doing everything and you are not making any headways, then you can get a third person. It could be somebody God redirects you to. God should direct you to that person. Remember, it is not by age. It is by wisdom, by God's grace. So God will point you to that person who will help you, counsel you to somebody your wife or your husband listens to. That way, the problem will be solved. I believe in problem solved. Problem half shared is solved. But who are you sharing it with? Are you just sharing it with somebody who will come on social media? Are you sharing with somebody who will just want to laugh and mock at you? We all have challenges. I have my issues. We're not perfect. I have my problem in marriage as well. But we're dealing with it. We are working on it. Every marriage has its own challenges. How you handle it matters. And sometimes experience will help you become better. We learn every day. We're not born with, with knowing it all. We're not born with the knowledge and the wisdom of, handling every situation in marriage. With time, as time goes on, you know and understand your spouse better. You master them better. You master how to communicate with them better. You now know what turns them off and what turns them. You now know what pleases them, what makes them happy, and what makes them go off. These are the things that will help you, their experience. So give yourself time as well. Cut your spouse some slack. Give yourself time. Learn to be patient in dealing with some of these problems instead of running off. And if you know within you the thing is eating you up, you want to share with someone that you are certain has the interest of your marriage at heart. Not somebody who wants to tell you, I bet don't take that nonsense. Who the hell is he? Who is she? Is she taught? Send her, throw her out. There are women out there. I was saying yesterday, you think there are many women, there are many fishes in the ocean? Go and dip your hand inside that ocean. Now, chuku fish you go see. Chuku, they will pierce your body. You think there are many men out there? Some of them just are looking for anything under the skirt. Once they get it, that's all. You won't be able to stand them for one day in marriage. They can be all nice during relationship, but in marriage, some of them, you can't stand them for one day. You think there are many women. You are seeing big breasts, seeing big nyashabi. You think there are many beautiful women. Some of them are pancake. Some are padded nyash and padded breasts. By the time you go, you will not be able to stand that woman you're thinking is there. She's better than your wife. You won't be able to stand her for one day. You think there are women better. There are a lot of good women out there. If you cannot be a submissive wife, if you cannot be this, you are going about ranting. If they leave you with some of these women, you can't stand them for one day. If they leave you with some of these men, you will not stand them one day in marriage. So the one you have, make it work. Pray for them. Do your part. Drop pride and ego. I will always say this every day on my stream, because this is one thing that keep destroying marriage. You don't want to bring yourself down. You don't want to humble yourself before God and learn. Social media, life doesn't begin and end on social media. You might be catching cruise and enjoying yourself, and you're learning all sorts of things, speaking all sorts of things from others on social media. The day that marriage crashed, that's when your eyes will open. Like those who say marriage no be achievement. What are you doing in the marriage? If it's not an achievement, pack your bag and go. If it's not an achievement, divorce her and go now. Go and join the bachelors that are busy drinking and chopping isiawu every day in the or partying and going to club every day. Go and join them. It's not an achievement. So you play with it. It's an achievement. If you see it as an achievement, you're going to work on it. You're going to put in your best foot. You're going to put in your best character. You're going to put in your best behavior to make it work. Because marriage is beautiful. It is beautiful. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate your love and your concern here today. God bless you. Yes, so after all, we have been living before the era of social media. Thank you. Some of them are Jezebels and Judas. I tell you, honestly. Cotilicious, God bless you. Yeah, I've not seen your video. You didn't answer me if you're taking a break or what. Okay, let me see. Maybe I missed it. Let me see what she wrote. She said, okay, never marry someone who doesn't have an authority figure, someone they respect and listen to. If not, wahala go dey. And that is so true. If your spouse doesn't listen to anybody, you are in trouble. If he doesn't respect anybody, including his own parents, he doesn't listen to them, you are in trouble. Don't marry any man or any woman who doesn't have a figure that he respects and listens to. Do not go. Any man that disrespects or belittles everyone, that sees himself as the umpire, the umpire, the all-knowing spouse, please run away. That person, when it happens, you won't have anybody to run to. You will not have anybody to confide in. You will not have anybody who will listen to. That is already a recipe for disaster. Okay? It's already a recipe for disaster. We all have people we listen to. God bless you all. I really appreciate you. Thank you, guys. I leave you with this music. Peace of mind. Yeah, Bonoich, amiga. Bonoich, be the carer with cares. Bonoich. Good night, everyone. Do have a beautiful night rest. We've been here for 3 hours. Woo! We've been here for 3 solid hours. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. D, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Vanessa, Cotilicious, be the carer with cares. Mommy Fechi, I appreciate you all. Dancing time. Yes, so the dancing, Abi. I don't know that. Let me put my peace of mind. I love this song too much because it's peace of mind. Peace of mind. Yeah. Peace of mind. You make me feel what I feel. You give me peace of mind. That's what he said when I asked you. Give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. Give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. Compliment of the season, guys. Yes, I need you because I want you. You're the only one for me. I love you guys. Really appreciate you. Because I know it's that. And you're my company. Anytime I call you, you turn up. And you always come through for me. Peace of mind, yeah. You make me feel like you're trying. Peace of mind, yeah. Your body's in my neck. You give me peace of mind, yeah. Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. Good night, everyone. Bye, everyone. Love you all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Bye.